Total Smith here. Make sure y'all subscribe to my boy Downtown Deuce ASAP. Come on, man.
Destination restoration. Destination restoration. Destination restoration. Destination restoration. It's our time. Can you feel the elevation? We on a mission on vacation. Time to create the separation. Championships and motivation. 313 need no explanation. Miss me with all that conversation. We ready for the confrontation. Counting down to our destination. The final destination. Together all the time together. Us against the world, it don't get no better. We turned it around, that was the beginning. Coming for the crown, you know we winning. Time to put in the work, I'm about to go berserk. Taking our prisoners, it's my time. Yeah, I know that it hurts. Tear back on the church, don't wanna see me in my prime. The mission is to ring, we're caught in everything. In the city, supporting the dream. Vision new I never seen, we deserve to be king. It's all or nothing, no in between. Now the clock is ticking and I hope you're listening. Don't touch me cause I'm sizzling. Physicality is tipping and mentality is menacing. The dog pound body's crippling. Now the clock is ticking and I hope you're listening. Don't touch me cause I'm sizzling. Physicality is tipping and mentality is menacing. The dog pound body's crippling. Feel the elevation. We on a mission on vacation. Time to create the separation. Championships and motivation. 313 need no explanation. Miss me with all that conversation. We ready for the confrontation. Counting down to our destination. The final destination.
Detroit basketball. What up, though, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Downtown Deuce Show with the boss. Hope everybody is having a great when Ganders are staying warm because it has been snowing all day and the temperatures are approaching single digits. We are finally in the dog days of winter officially, so we hope you guys are staying warm, staying safe if you're out on the roads. But guys, I am feeling a little bit better. I appreciate all the comments and love. But in the words of Cole, job's not finished. Not finished. So I got a little bit further to go, but feeling much better. So I appreciate y'all. Boss, how are you feeling? Hopefully it's a little bit warmer over there in Denver.
It's actually very disgustingly warm. It's almost like, we talked to Natalie Curlin earlier this season and she said she wanted to ski when she's out here. There's no snow.
No snow?
There's no snow. In the mountains a little. It's not I like it because I don't like the cold, but I'm also very concerned.
I always thought Denver was like super cold, like all the time.
It can get cold, but definitely not as cold as the Midwest. Being from Chicago, it's sunny all the time, so snow melts right away. It's warm. But anyways,
man, Kenyatta is showing out right here. Says, "What up, though, from Cali? 70 degrees. Yeah, whatever."
It was 60 today in Denver, so
I'm definitely hating.
Yeah.
Thanks, GBH. Yeah, I'm feeling a little bit better, bro. Had a couple of days off, so feeling better, man. But yeah, definitely, guys. This was a good game tonight, man. If you guys got a chance to watch it, we are going to go ahead and throw up our poll for every episode regarding who you guys thought got the belt. So that is officially up. You guys go ahead and chime in on that, and we will come back to that later on in the show. But boss, tonight the Pistons made a quick pit stop on the road, traveling to New Orleans to take on the Pels tonight, and they walk away with their fourth straight dub, 112-104 to improve to 32-10 on the regular season. The Pistons are rolling right now. As far as the injury report, Cade Cunningham was out tonight with an illness. We all know he was wearing that sleeve as well, the protective sleeve on his right wrist. So I think this was a perfect time to rest him. Hopefully that could be twofold for him as far as getting better. Also, Karis LeVert was also out with an illness, so it must be a bug going around. I'm not the only one who seems to be under the weather these days, but it seems to have caught him as well. So that, guys, opened up two guard spots for guys who have not been getting as much opportunity as many have thought, including us, should be getting. And later in the show, we will get to how that domino effect affected some of those guys, with those guys being out tonight. So moving on to the starters, boss, the Pistons rolled out a starting lineup of Danis Jenkins at the 1, with Duncan Robinson, Asar Thompson, Tobias Harris, and Jalen Duren. So, boss, let's go ahead and get into it, man. Did you have any initial thoughts from this game that stood out to you?
I just want to say, guys, when you look at where the Pelicans are, they're last in the West. They've only won 10. It's easy to go into this and think like, oh, this is going to be a blowout, easy, and then look at that and be like, what happened? Right. The Pelicans, they have a lot of talent. They have held their own. Kind of like when Cade said we weren't, 5 or I always forget the 4-20 bad.
14-68 bad or whatever. Yeah, 28 lost.
Yeah. I always forget the numbers he uses when that happens, but they're very good and they just fall apart in the fourth. They cannot close. So I knew that this wasn't going to be that easy. I knew it was going to be a challenge. I did expect it to be a little easier than it was, but these guys are young and talented and they really do. I mean, if you like young talent, I implore you to watch them and you can see that they do play. They make you work for it just like we did in our worst season. So anyways, that's just kind of where I'm at because I know it's easy to kind of look and be like, this should have been like the Pacers game the other night. But I mean, these guys are their starters for a reason.
Much more talent. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. But yeah, overall, I think that, we maintained the lead, I think the whole game. And so they went on runs, a little sloppy. It was choppy with turnovers on us. I think that was our biggest thing. They had good ball movement. They had good second chance opportunities. The whistle would kind of slow momentum. Not the prettiest game, but we got it done. I was never worried that we wouldn't either. So, but we got it done. And like I said, I knew they would kind of fall apart in the fourth. And that's exactly when they did. When they had a chance, they pulled it within 5, and then that's when it happens. It goes down. But a lot of fun.
Said all them putbacks they kept getting. Second chance points.
That's what I'm saying. And, obviously, like we have great rebounders on our team. They're just also young and energetic. And I think they just, hopefully just learned some new names tonight. I learned about PV. He's new to me. I knew about Queen. I knew about Fear. I knew about Eves Macy. Like I knew about these guys, but I didn't know about a couple of other ones. So if these guys develop well, they're part of the next generation for sure. Yeah.
PV got off tonight, man. PV got off tonight. I think he was a leading scorer. He actually, I know I think I may have misspoke to you, boss, earlier, but Micah PV is a Charles Hill client who works with Ron Holland, who's a friend of the show, friend of ours who we've had on the show. So he's been working with him. Shout out to Charles. Charles has been on the show. Great development coach as well, along with Jeremy Hart, who works with Dennis Jenkins and the Nimhard brothers and Bryce McCowans. A lot of guys. So we've seen a lot of guys who are doing very, very well right now, kind of getting it out the mud and being impactful in the NBA came from a few guys who we know here reside with the Pistons when it comes to our guys. So shout out to those guys for sure. Both Charles Hill and Jeremy Hart doing great work. Yes. As far as what I saw from this game, boss, Pistons got off to a great start. They got to a great start. It looked like they were going to bury these boys early. They were up 13 zip to start the game. And they had a different step to them. Like you could tell they wanted to get off to a fast start, hit first. You could just see it, and they had a little extra bounce. And a lot of it was fueled off just getting stops and getting out transition, which is who they are and how they want to play. But boss, got the sense that the Pistons kind of just let the Pels hang around after that. The Pistons weren't playing bad, but their intensity kind of tailed off a little bit. You would see them turn it back on in spurts, and when they would build a lead.
It was a game of spurts on both sides.
It was a game of spurts, right? It just wasn't consistent as we've seen it, right? But by the start of the fourth quarter, the Pistons were holding on to a 5-point lead. But once again, they quickly turned it up, and they went up double digits quickly again, right? And made them call a timeout. The start of the fourth quarter looked like the start of the first quarter. It was like carbon copy, like get out, hit first, punch them, get them on their heels, play to your style, impose your will, dictate pace, and make them call timeout. That's exactly what happened at the start of the first and fourth quarter. It was just those periods in between when they would kind of just let their foot off the gas, not go full tilt for the whole game, and let the Pels hang around. And that's something you really don't want to do on the road. I know it's the Pels or bottom of the conference, but you can be beat by anybody. I would have just liked to see them try to, even though they were the better team, just try to just put them away, keep that intensity throughout the game.
Absolutely.
Because it was a little bit closer than it should have been late in this game.
Yeah. And I definitely think that goes to, you might say that the defense, I personally thought we did great on defense effort wise. I don't think we really left anyone open. I think, again, it was like second chance, everyone has to get back to their man kind of thing.
I agree.
I think the turnovers definitely just killed it for us. But again, this the Pelicans are better than they are on paper, and they are a good defensive team. I mean, they average 115 points a game, and we average 118. Like that, and again, that doesn't really, that speaks to offense and not defense. But I mean, yeah, it's just a little bit more. I don't know. I think the Pistons knew what they were expecting. They, like you said, there are ways that they could have done a lot better. It just was choppy because with turnovers, with whistles, things like that, we just couldn't get into like a full-on groove, when we just had a fresh start. But
it's funny. I'm seeing a lot of Sadiq Bey comments. For those who remember Destination Restoration, certified but could get a like Sadiq Bey, for y'all who remember that. But yeah, it's funny. It was nice seeing some guys tonight like Sadiq Bey. He played solid game, man. I don't know what happened to his 3-point shot. It's non-existent at this point. Most of his points were in the paint tonight.
He had 20 points. I think he was their highest scorer. I have to double check that. And then Charles too. He was getting us in foul trouble. Like he was driving, he was overpowering. I saw him just run over Duncan Robinson, and then I saw Sasser pick him on the next play. Like I was like, who can defend this man? Like who is it? Because it's like we don't really know. The Pelicans, I think, are also a big team. I mean, Jeremiah Fear, like their smallest guy on the court tonight. I was like, who does Duncan guard?
Yeah, like, and Zion went out too in this game. I think it was the second quarter, due to illness, I guess. So, he just can't stay in the court. He was a non-factor in this game. I think he had a couple buckets early, but he really just wasn't a factor in this game. So I thought that was unfortunate for them as well.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll leave it there then. I don't have any more initial thoughts. You had anything else on that?
No, that's all.
All right, let's check this poll out, boss, and then we'll get to some box scores. So you guys have spoken as far as who you guys thought the player. Well, let me ask you, boss. I'll come to you. Who do you think the belt should go to tonight between Asar Thompson, Jalen Duren, Tink Dennis Jenkins, or the Unction Duncan Robinson?
Gosh, it's tough, but I just think for me it's Asar. I think that he was the most consistent throughout the game. I think he had he had 0 turnovers, which is shocking because usually he's kind of picked on, I think. In that sense, he took care of the ball well, great points, great boards. And even when he wasn't recording the boards, he was disrupting, tapping out. So it's hard because, JD also put up, they all put up good numbers, but I would pick Asar because this is now the third game in a row that we've seen him come out with confidence. And that I also appreciate from him. So, yeah,
I'm seeing a few in the comments say Asar. 313 says Asar. Michael says Asar. Here are the results. JD comes in at 54%.
Okay.
I thought Asar was still a good choice. A lot of candidates. Asar finished with, let me go in order. JD was at 54. Danish Sting is at 26. Then Asar Thompson at 17. And Duncan Robinson at 3. So we'll leave it there. We'll let it keep going a little bit longer, but looks like the majority of you guys think it was JD. Let's see. Crud says JD.
Says, his
Asar. Go ahead.
Gorgeous. Yes, JD's stat line was very impressive, and he also was huge in moments too. Like I said, tough one.
Yeah, so it's a good problem to have. Like we always say, when it's kind of divvied up like that, divided like that, split like that, it's a good sign. It means that more times than not, it means a lot of guys play well than nobody played well, right? So it was good to see that for sure. All right, boss, let's go ahead and kick it off and get to some individual box scores in this game, and let's start with Danish Jenkins, guys, who got the start tonight for Cade Cunningham. Tonight, guys, Danish Jenkins finished with 17 points on 5 for 12 shooting, 2 of 6 from 3, 5 for 7 from the free throw line, 1 rebound, 4 assists, 5 turnovers is high for him. 2 steals, and by the way, one of those turnovers, he just kind of gave the ball back instead of taking the shot, so that still counts, but that was one of them. But still, 4 to 4 ratio is not great, not good, but 2 steals and 2 blocks for 4 stocks for your point guard is great. In 26 minutes. So take off on Tink Dennis Jenkins. What you see tonight, boss?
Look, even 4 assists, him and Sasser are tied for the most assists. That's, I can tell you kind of how disruptive this game was a bit. Guys had to end up finding their own shots too. The 5 turnovers, not great, but overall, Dennis did great. I was really happy to see him starting because we've talked about how he's the pure point guard. I didn't want Ivy to be thrown into a point guard position again. Because he's been doing, I think, a lot better in his shooting guard position. I think he's playing more confidently.
I agree.
And we'll get to him later, but I still think he had a good game tonight overall. But Jenkins hit the first shots in each quarter. He hit the first, did he hit the first? Well, I know he hit his first shot, which was a transition 3. That brought us to 5. Someone else hit it too. To start the game, and then the second half, he hit a 3 to start that off. he had a turnover and then a steal on Trey Murphy. That's when he turned it over and then he immediately got it back. I'm like, okay, made up for it. I appreciate that.
For it. Yep.
Rejected. I love the rejection on Fear's jump shot and he grabbed it out of the air.
Ooh.
Loved it.
Man, that's that defense again we talk about.
Yes, exactly. He had the block on Bay, which led to that AT steal, and then he gave it to D-Rob, and he got it back for the lob. That was a block, even though Jordan is right there. That was from behind by Jenkins. And then the big end one in the fourth, and some clutch free throws. So, he just showed up and showed out. I think what's his record? I think we haven't lost with him as a starter.
I don't think we have yet.
I think so. That's just cool to see. I was just excited to see him out there, and he did great. He was our second leading scorer tonight. Again, little things, nitpicky things, but again, they were disruptive, just like we were disruptive to them too. Yeah. It was a pretty equal game, both sides. So, I really liked what I saw from him, and I'm really just hoping that we see more of that from him. I do think that he is going to get that full contract because he's going to be valuable in the playoffs.
This is why I'm so perplexed when he gets DNPs.
Yeah, exactly.
Because every time he gets an opportunity to play extended minutes, he delivers. He didn't play perfect tonight, right? He probably didn't play good by his standards.
Yeah.
But he still was a plus. Definitely was a plus on the floor. And he's a floor general. More times than not, he's going to play a very under control game, right? He has some turnovers that I know he wants back in a few plays, where I know he could make better decisions, right? But I thought overall, this was a silver lining, if you want to call it that, to Karras not playing and the Cade not playing. Is you have another guy who's right there as your point guard, as your pure point guard, right? Like we always say, just run the show. Run the show. He doesn't always get to play with the starters, right? More times than not, he's not playing with the starters. But the way you can plug and play him, because he knows how to run an offense and he knows his personnel, he knows his guy is important. Vulture says, the slick passes by Jenkins are beautiful. He sees the defense before they get set and slices them apart. Great game from Chink. Exactly. He just knows what he's looking at, bro.
Yeah.
He's a point guard. He's a quarterback. He can dissect the defense and make decisions accordingly.
And most of his turnovers were off the dribble, and some of the other turnovers we had tonight were from lazy passes, and that's just not something you get from Jenkins. He whips it. Like I've always called him, he's like a quarterback. Like he just whips it. So he
me too, crud. Me too, bro. It makes me mad, man.
So I'm thrilled because we also found out today that even if he doesn't play, but he's active for the game, that counts towards his 50. So I think he's at today. I think he has 8 more games. 10 more games, and there's 8 more games till the deadline, I believe. So we'll see what happens with that, because I want to retain him, and he's earned it. He earns it every time.
He always does. He always does, man. I thought he also did a good job, boss. You mentioned it, just getting into the paint. A few times he got caught with the basketball, right? Where he just kind of got stuck. And I've called Karras out for that in the past, right? So I got to call it out whenever I see it, regardless of who does it. Right. Like I said, he didn't play perfect, and it may be a little bit nitpicky because he played a really good game overall. But that's something I noticed. Right. Just keep that dribble alive. Take a page out of Steve Nash's book. When you get in there and they kind of pressure you a little bit, you're good enough with the basketball to just keep that dribble going. And you have the vision to be able to find the open guy, and when that double team comes, just keep the basketball. Just keep popping it. Yeah,
that. And then, I also mentioned to you earlier that I just thought there were moments where he could have taken the 3, and instead he dribbled it in and made it a little tougher on himself. I'm not sure why, but maybe, he just thought that 3 would be off, because I think he makes the right choices. He makes the right decisions most of the time. So, how many 3s did he take tonight? 2 of 6.
He took 6. Yeah.
Okay. So maybe he just wasn't feeling himself in that sense, but there were just a couple possessions in a row where he was kind of had a wide open look, or an open look and not contested look, and chose to dribble it instead, and maybe picked up his dribble and got into a little trouble. So,
but once again, like, he hasn't played. It's not like he hasn't even been getting minimal minutes. It's just to go from DNP, and then there's a start, not rotation minutes, but to start. It's hard, man. That's hard for anybody, especially at the point guard position.
It's nitpicky at this point. That's kind of what this game is going to be, because everyone stepped up in the absence of other guys, and again, a sloppy, ugly game. They stepped up to make up for some mistakes and to keep the team in it and to keep the lead the whole game.
Yep.
And
exactly.
So
I feel like the rotation tonight needs to be the rotation we see, at least for now, as far as with the guards, as far as who plays.
Oh, okay.
I think it can be situational at times with Karras LeVert, but it's just one game. But I didn't really miss his presence tonight, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
you know?
and I mentioned mentioned to you, like maybe his defense would have been helpful at times.
Maybe
but
at times, yeah.
But the way that he also kind of averages a couple turnovers a game as well, and the way we were turning the ball over, he probably would have been there as well. So I don't think he would have hurt us anymore tonight. But that's the whole point is like, I think you got Jenkins out there who's consistently putting up double-digit scores as well as playing good defense. So definitely not going to bark.
I just think he needs to play every game at this point going forward. I understand the situation with the contract, but whenever they get that situated, because they're going to, he needs to get that standard contract, which he will. Yes. But I need to see him every game. There's nothing more I need to see from Dennis Jenkins. And it's been that way for me for a while now at this point. But whenever he's called upon, regardless of situation, regardless of who he's playing with, regardless of how long it's been since he's played, he plays better. He plays good. More. He hasn't had a bad game all year. To where he's just like, man, that was a stinker. Hasn't happened despite the inconsistent play. That's because that's crazy to me. That's says a lot.
Even when he wasn't scoring, he got the 15 assists. And even when he comes in for 3 minutes, he makes an impact. He gets multiple assists or a basket or a steal. Like that's just who he is. Yep. And I think he was a little frustrated at the end. I'm curious. Do you think JB was mad that he kind of just gave it away and then they let Trey Murphy shoot a 3?
I don't know, because I've seen him do that before.
But he's given it away with like maybe 2 to 5 seconds left, not a whole 40 seconds left.
I would have shot it because it wasn't like it was they got the ball with a full shot clock and the game clock was like 10 seconds. Like, if you still have a shot clock,
and then
I would still shoot it. But I mean, I'm not going to get on him for being a sportsman.
No.
You know what I mean?
It looked to me like when he was walking off, he was apologizing a little bit for that. Maybe he didn't realize that, but yeah, I was just curious what your thoughts were on that because I don't care about it. I don't mind it. But he's done it before. He did it to Bronny. He's handed it
exactly,
to guys, but just not with multiple possessions still available. So.
I agree. No, I agree for sure. But I can tell you this much: he won't have no problem making that adjustment.
Oh yeah,
for him, it ain't no friends on the court. For sure. Yeah, but I like what I saw from him for sure, man. Like he's just reliable. Mm-hmm. For him to. Nobody's talking about how much we missed K tonight. You know what I mean? Because we had good, even though we could have used him, obviously, right? But it wasn't such a drop off with our backup point guard. That just shows you why he should be playing. If you don't miss your star guard when he's out, to where you're like, man, if you'd have had K, if that doesn't happen, that means when K comes back, that same guy needs to be playing.
Yeah. I agree.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, why is he needs to, at this point, he's shown he needs to get that consistent time because he affects his team in a positive way, man, more times than not for sure. So good game from him, man. Despite all the things we mentioned, him not playing and not getting consistent time, he just stays ready. He's always ready. So I got to give him a lot of credit for that. And congrats in advance to him to whenever he does get that contract because it's coming. So.
I'm excited. I'm going to celebrate for him.
I feel like when he gets it, we're going to see him more, though. I do. I feel like whenever he gets that contract, we're going to see him get consistent time. I really do. I don't know if they're doing this now for Karras because of the contract and he's making a lot of money. Right. I don't know if they're going to move him or not, but let's just say they're looking to, right?
I'll say
what would that tell other teams if your two-way guy is playing more time than Karras LeVert, who's making 14? I'm just thinking from a different perspective.
That's like,
as to why it possibly could happen. Go ahead.
Is Ryan Nembhard a two-way or is he standard?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Because his minutes.
What up, Coach Hart? Coach Hart in the building, by the way.
Is Ryan Nembhard a two-way?
Right. Good question. Maybe he can answer for you. Go ahead.
Because Ryan Nembhard's minutes have kind of fallen off too when other guys got healthy.
And he's still in his two-way?
I think it is. I'm not sure. I just think like if he was needed because they were so down and out of guys, and so now that some guys are back, I'm just curious if that's kind of the same thing of like, well, we're just going to give it to the guys that are contracted and like your time is coming, but it's right now it's not here. So
right. Everybody needs y'all to drop some fire emojis, drop some W's. And so he is in a two-way. Okay, for sure. So maybe correlation there, boss, for sure. Everybody drop some fire emojis, drop some what up those, drop some dubs in the chat for Jeremy Hart, who is here with us tonight, guys. Jeremy Hart is the player development coach for said Dennis Jenkins, who we've been raving about for the last 10 minutes. He's been working with him for years, since his college days, maybe even before that. But he's been working with him daily, and he knows his game better than pretty much anybody on the planet. So just want to show him some love. He's been great for him. They've been great, and he's a big part of Dennis Jenkins' success as of right now, for sure. So they showing you love, bro. They showing you love. We got the ambassador, we got Chris, we got Crud, we got Blackheart. Appreciate y'all showing our boy some love, man. Organic as well. All right, guys. So yeah, great game from Dennis. Go ahead.
Real quick, I just want to address this one. Saying we didn't miss Cade is a stretch. We really struggled in the half court without him. Both teams struggled.
Yeah.
With Cade, we might have, maybe had a blowout, but we still kept the lead the whole time. We let them get within 3 at the most, and then of course we missed Cade.
Of course we missed him. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah,
I don't think he wasn't detrimental his rest tonight. So
Yeah.
I hear what you're saying, but it's just more so like
it wasn't the game we were ever in danger of losing.
Exactly.
Because we had Danish Jenkins to run the point guard position.
Yes.
That's what we're saying. Nobody's saying we miss Cade. We don't miss Cade. Come on, don't be ridiculous, y'all. Come on. And Coach, you know what it is, man. You know you always show us love, man. Next, we gotta have you on soon, bro. We gotta have you back on soon, man, to talk about what you're doing. Get back into your world over there. SMU killing it, winning games, getting mentioned on ESPN, bringing SMU back. You know what I'm saying?
I've been learning all about Boopy.
You know what I'm saying?
I've been learning all about it. Yeah.
You already know it, man. You already know it. So yeah, man, we will keep it there, leave it there, guys, and we will move on to Duncan Robinson, guys. Tonight, boss Duncan Robinson finished with 15 points on 5 for 11 shooting, 4 of 9 from 3, 1 or 2 from the free throw line, 4 boards, 3 assists, 2 turnovers, 2 more stocks from Duncan Robinson, boss. 1 steal and a block tonight. Only 2 fouls in 29 minutes. Take off on what you saw from the unction tonight.
Look, he was just constantly moving.
Yeah, he was.
That Duncan has had lately. I've seen him off ball. I've seen him get open off ball. I've seen him on the ball just keep moving. And I just have to credit, there were a couple guys in the Pistons Jack chat, Ryan and Andrew, that were saying Dunkin' Donuts. And then Maddie Fresh said Detroit runs on Dunkin'. And I think just like Malik got a signature meal, I think we need a signature like coffee from Dunkin'. Because first of all, the way he moved,
instead of the shimmy, I like that.
Yeah,
shimmy meal.
Energy and the way that he, again, he's just doing so well. I was just a little bit. It was uncharacteristic of him to stop and stare at the ref. And
he got fouled hard though.
I would have loved that from him if he didn't turn it over.
Turn it over right after.
That's all. I would have been like, "Let's go, Dunk." So truly no complaints from him. He's doing his job. He's hitting his threes. He's putting effort on defense. Like even when he, it's like even when he knows he's the target out there. He knows people want him on them so that they can run him over. I mean,
exactly.
Sadiq literally ran him over. Like if Sadiq got on top of him, Duncan might snap in half. Like, but he's there, and he's trying. Like you said, he's got more stocks tonight. I thought he flew in for offensive rebounds. He's just been a machine. And I'm not going to say it's like Rip, but I saw a lot of off-ball movement where you ran the entire court all the way around, which I just remember Rip Hamilton doing, just laps and laps and laps until you get open. And I saw Duncan do that a couple times tonight. I think towards the end of the second, when he had that foul, he looked tired. That's why he missed the free throw. Because he was moving constantly. And this team was also getting back on transition. This was a young team. That's the thing with young teams, that they run. So I just appreciate him so much for what all the effort he's been giving just consistently.
Agree.
Yeah.
Matty Fresh, man, but he's still around doing this thing, man. Next, we got to have him Matty on soon too, boss. We got to have him. It's been a little while.
Oh, absolutely.
Got to have him on. I want to get to this too. Brandon Singleton says, I don't remember Duncan hooping like this on both sides of the ball in Miami. He's definitely bought into the culture. Isn't that interesting? Because what's the slogan for the Miami Heat? Heat culture, right? That's what they're known for, the Heat culture. And yet you have people, we have fans here, we have members here who are saying they haven't seen him play this way ever. So that just goes to show JB Bickerstaff, his coaching staff, and the culture that we have here from 1 to 15 in this locker room, that everybody is bought in to defense first.
It's right? The stopping and staring at the refs. It's the getting teed up in multiple games in a row. It's bringing it out of him. And I love it. And, he was, we called him Dunkyard Dog in the beginning too, but he's just been really on it. Because we talked about even when he's not hitting his threes, now, if he's not hitting his offensive shots, he's still making sure that he's doing something out there.
Impact.
And I think he's just, again, grown with this team so well. You've seen it. Like if we went back and watched one of the earlier games, he would look different. Yes. He would look like a guy who just kind of stood on one side and waited for the ball to shoot the three. And now he's just really bought into what needs to be done.
Agreed. So, he came into this game. I think Chris Morris mentioned it. He came into this game making at least 4 3-pointers in his past 5 games in a row. And
Yeah,
he continued that tonight. He made 4 more 3 balls tonight on 9 attempts. So he shot nearly 50%, 45% pretty much from 3 again. But Boss, he just looks way more comfortable now.
exactly.
He looks so much more deliberate with everything that he's doing.
Yeah.
Both sides of the ball. He's just comfortable. Offensively, like you mentioned, he's just moving without the basketball. Constant movement, coming off screens, a little bit crisper, right? He's understanding how these guys like to set screens, and he can navigate those better, right? He's just knocking them down. He's just comfortable now. He's not hesitating when he catches the basketball, and he's putting the ball on the floor a whole lot more and being a creator, not just a shooter. In the beginning of the year, Boss, we see him catch it. And if they were there to meet him, he would kind of get stuck, or he would look to make a pass, or he would kind of bog the offense down. Now he's catching, and he's just doing something with it. It's not sticking with him, and that's really, really important. Tonight he had a nice lob again to, I think it was a Sar on the break, which was beautiful, right? So he's just making plays. He's not just, those were 2 things I was worried about outside of defense, was the volume with his 3-pointers. I was thinking maybe because earlier he, like in the season, he would go like 2 for 5, 3 for 5. But he wasn't taking and making a lot of them. But now he's not saying we expect him to be Malik Beasley as far as the volume, but 4 for 9, you can live with that for sure. 4 makes.
That's Malik Beasley numbers.
Right.
Is like, 4. I mean, he would bless us with 6 3 games, but Duncan's hanging in that 4 or 5 range these past few games. This is exactly what we want from him. And like you said, he's just looking more comfortable. So
yeah, for sure. And he's shooting, guys, since January 7th, he's shooting 58% from 3.
Crazy.
That's tops in the league. So he's definitely getting comfortable in that role for sure. I love it. And then defensively, like you mentioned, he's just 2 more stocks for him. This is, I think, the 3rd or 4th straight game where he's had stocks.
Yeah.
From Duncan Robinson.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Correct. Very elite in the screen and roll. Very elite.
4 rebounds
and 4 boards.
3 assists.
Impact.
Like, yeah.
I love it. Maddie is in the building, y'all. See, speak of the angel, man. Maddie says, Detroit basketball. Appreciate the shout out. As always, bro, we got to get you on the show. Shout out to you guys for having the best post-game show every game. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that, man. We definitely doing what we can to make sure that this is enjoyable for everybody. Y'all know we love talking hoops, so we do it with each other, so we might as well do it with y'all, right? So appreciate you, Maddie, as always, my man. We got to link up soon. Anything else on the unction tonight, boss? I saw I pretty much had.
No.
As far as the playmaking being way better, much better.
If you don't mind, how's he doing in the poll? If you want to do a quick check now.
Yeah, let's check the update. Let's check the update. So guys, as of right now, okay, so we got JD at 50%.
Okay.
Asar is at 20. Danish Jenkins is at 25, and Duncan is at 5. Okay. So it's still pretty much holding strong for a landslide for JD, which I'm not mad at.
I mean, if it was dunk again, and I mean, it would just go. That means it would be Tobias dunk. Like it was just these guys are really stepping up for us. That's really cool to see from our vets.
Yeah, so. Mashaya says he's definitely tougher than he was in Miami. Now that we're halfway through the season, Detroit Duncan is different. Yeah, he's just getting comfortable, man. Like I know I was a little hard on him early in the season as far as what I wanted to see from him, what we needed to see from him. Right, we kind of both were. But I think he's just kind of getting comfortable now and understanding his role better with the reps.
I don't think it's harshness. We just weren't, when he wasn't making his shots and he wasn't really contributing, we were curious about his 30+ minutes. But now, again, like you said, like he's putting in the effort everywhere. He's getting his shots off because he's moving. And if he's not making his shots, he's still, again, on the offensive boards, assisting on defense, picking up stocks. Like it was an effort thing that I think he just had to get used to. Because just like they all do. They all have to put in the same amount of effort if they want to be on this team.
313 says, shout out to Haslam for telling him to play. Yeah, exactly. When he was on, I think it was NBA Today, he was saying that, we know, Duncan, we know you can shoot the ball, but you got to play some defense. And here he is playing defense for sure.
And he's doing it well. So I'm sorry, real quick, when we win and you play like that, it's good for the confidence. He contributed. So he's just going to keep doing that and let it grow too.
Yeah. GVH says, heard on the broadcast that Duncan is on track to push that Beasley 3-point record. Did y'all hear that? And what you think do you think it happens if health keeps up? Who knows, man? What did Beasley hit, like 308, 309 or something like that?
He was 1 behind Anthony Edwards, who broke the record. So
he had to take 17 to get there, did Anthony Edwards in the last game. But yeah. That's interesting. I don't know how many he has right now. So if you guys can look that up and let us know, that's interesting. I haven't thought about that. That's gonna be tough, man. B's hit a
I don't
lot of
think he's
threes
hit.
last year, man.
Yeah, and I don't think he's there because I mean they talked about Trey Murphy has 128 and he's 5th in the league right now.
Okay.
And I think I don't know how far Duncan is behind that, but Trey Murphy's definitely like he's the franchise record holder for the Pelicans in threes, so
Yeah.
he's up there.
Yeah, for sure. Either way, man, he's been playing great at both sides of the ball. Impact across the board, man. It's not just shooting the basketball like we thought we were just going to get when he got here as far as just being a sniper. He's doing a lot more for this team, and he's bought in more than anything. He's bought into the culture and how we need him to play on both sides in order for him to be effective. So I could not be any happier with Duncan Robinson, man. He's playing really good ball right now. So we'll leave it there, guys, on Duncan Robinson, and we will move on now to Asar Tasmanian, backbone of the defense, Tasmanian Thompson, guys, tonight had 12 points on 5 for 10 shooting overall, 2 or 2 from the free throw line, which is good.
Yeah.
9 boards, which is good. 3 assists, which is good. No turnovers, which is good. 3 steals, which is good. In 28 minutes. Oh, my Lord. Boss, I see why you may have thought Asar would have gotten the belt tonight.
What I'm saying, he was at the boards, he was
incredible.
crashing them. And again, I want to see how many, because we saw a couple where he tipped it out and Jordan was able to grab it. Like, I want to see how many he contributed on there because I thought for sure he was going to finish with a double-double way he was crashing the boards. A lot of his points came off of cleanups. He tried to take a couple shots that were a little bit out of his – he didn't make any, like some jump shots, but I know he's been working on it. So I appreciated that. Like he at least tried to get those up there. He had that nice lob to the Duran dunk as well in the second. And then, in the fourth, he got a steal and then passed it to Duncan Robinson, who then lobbed it up for the dunk. And he's just playing with a lot more confidence. And again, 3 steals is pretty incredible. And again, 2 personal fouls as well for as much as it felt like the whistle was going off. Just very good. Just these last few games, like I said, it's kind of up and down. So I hope it just kind of stays up and consistent. But he's just really coming out and starting strong. And whenever he can get a basket or a defensive play right away, it tends to just carry throughout the game. I just think he was super consistent with that tonight.
That's what he said. He said when he gets going off his defense, it usually transfers and translates to him being good offensively. And that's what we see, even at the free throw line, making both his free throws, So it's good to see from him. We'll get to a few comments. Vulture says, love that you are fighting through it even when you're sick, dude. It's good for you. I'm trying to shake this cold out. We're going to get through it, bro. A couple more days, right? Just lots of fluids and rest if we can get it. I don't get much. I got 2 kids over here. You know what I mean? But my wife definitely helps me with that. But Vulture, hang in there, bro. We'll be all right, man. Blackheart says, y'all stream is a tradition after every game. Hey, man, we appreciate it. We're trying to keep it that way, man. We love y'all showing up and showing out for us, man. So we're going to keep doing it. As far as what I saw, boss, from Asar, he was great, man. He was, and he's been playing the last few games. He's been playing pretty good ball. Good ball. Like you mentioned a lot of it, but just his activity around the rim, man. Playing very big on the boards, very big on the glass, man. We mentioned he's not the biggest guy in the world. I think he's 6'7", but his athleticism makes him like, 6'9", because he just gets so high up off the ground.
Oh yeah.
He had one board where he just grabbed it with one hand, offensive rebound. Went up in the air and just took it away. It was impressive, man. And the defensive glass too, where he's attacking the basketball off the miss. Him and JD, just attacking the basketball. Not waiting for it to come to him, but just going and getting it because they got athletes on the Pels, right? So you gotta go get that rebound. And even though we gave up some opportunities on the offensive glass, I like the way JD and Asar, particularly Asar right now, attacked the glass and attacked the basketball off of just finishing possessions, right? He did a great job of finishing possessions and making it hard for their defense to finish their possessions because he was on the offensive glass a lot too. So, and then lastly for me, I thought he was very under control offensively with his on-ball reps and that half-court offense.
I agree.
Very much under control, man. There was one time where he did a swing through, lost the ball a little bit, but that was kind of a forced play. It was a broken play. Nothing was there. So I'm not mad at that one. But aside from that, he had a nice play with JD in a pick and roll where it didn't develop right away. Yeah. Right. And he had to kind of wait. A lot of time you see running backs, right, when they catch the ball in the backfield, the hole may not be there right away. And they won't try to force it out. They'll wait for it to develop, and then they'll go. That patience, right? Asar was kind of doing that tonight out of the pick and roll. When they were playing pretty good defense, like on the hedge and trying to cover JD as well, he would just wait for it. He would just inch his way closer. Like you got to decide at some point. It's 2-on-1. You got to decide. And once the defender committed to either him or JD, which in this case they committed to him, he just passed a lot. He just waited for it. A lot of time we would say he's moving too quickly, moving too fast, just slow down a little bit. Tonight, he was slowing down. He was much more under control in that half-court offense, and that's what you want to see from Asar.
Well, that's like, they said that they want to try to make him a ball handler. They want to try to work on his jump shot. I think when he doesn't expect these things from himself and he just falls into his natural game, he plays really well. These are things that he will grow to do. And we saw that tonight too. Like, he just will get better with time. And it's something you can work on, but you don't need to force yourself into it. And a lot of people have noticed, like, they might be like, well, Sar's in his head. He's in his head. So he just plays his game, which is, basically a game at the rim. And then he didn't overthink where to pass it to or what to do when he was the ball handler. So he did just fantastic tonight. And I think it will carry over, and we get to see him on Friday against his brother. So
yes, they play the Rockets on Friday. That's going to be fun. But he had a huge play too in the fourth quarter, boss, where he picked off that pass. Great defensive possession as a team. But they had, I forgot who was under the rim, maybe Jeremiah Fears, kind of just tried to throw it underneath the basket. That's never a good idea when you pick up the basketball. But Asar read it, right? He's probably been in that situation offensively before. He's probably had a pass like that picked off before, so he knew where to be in that situation, right? And he was ready for the steal, picked it off, led the break for Duncan to get it right back to him for that lob. So made some big plays throughout the whole game, but in the fourth quarter, he made some big plays that led to transition buckets off of our getting stops once again. So he's been very good, man. He's been very much under control offensively and a menace defensively. So I just want to give him a lot of credit again, because he's being a difference maker, doing a lot of the utility things, a lot of the dirty work, and offensively just doing things in spots, just to help us facilitate and generate some offense. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, great game from him. Again, he's why I picked him, just because I just felt like every time he was on the floor, I saw him impacting the game. So
throw that last comment up there. That was funny. I forgot. Was it Kenyatta said, imagine a start with handles. Oh, wait, that's Friday.
Amen is definitely a little more balanced on offense. He has his games, and he is obviously good on defense too, but I'm in no rush for Asar to get there. And I don't think he feels any pressure either. There was a little bit of a pregame interview. I got to turn on the game a little early today, and they interviewed him, and he just talked about how excited he is to play against his brother. It's going to be fun. So
I got to keep that in mind too. Like when they played at OTE, he was the wing and Amen was the point guard.
Yeah, Amen's a point guard.
Right. And so going back to their OTE days, maybe even before that, that was the position that they played together. Right.
Yes.
Asar never played point guard like consistently over his basketball career. So this is something kind of new for him to be getting these reps. He's played it at times before coming up, but like not consistently like Amen does it. So it makes sense that Amen is a better point guard, better with the basketball, because that's what he's used to playing, even though they're twins.
I think it's a skill he knows he can do and has done before, and that's why he wants to grow it, and that's why they kind of try to make it a highlight thing. But again, if he just goes in and plays wing and then brings, is our ball handler when we need him to be, that's perfect. Like, he's a guy that you definitely can trust to when he does make a play like a steal or a block to bring it up the floor and bring up the floor well. So
right, for sure. Dante says JD blocked it on the play. JD blocked it. Fears tried to save it, and the Asar picked it. Okay, great. Yeah, exactly. So that was the play. Exactly. Under the hoop, trying to throw a pass. That's tough. That's tough, right? So Asar read it, made the right play, and was able to get out in transition. So yeah, no criticism from me tonight, boss, from Asar, other than that one swing through play. Once again, that was a broken play, so he was trying to make something happen. I ain't got nothing to say. He knocked down his 2 free throws, right? It's not a lot of free throws. It's just good to see him once again show that confidence and relax when he gets the game going with his defense, like he says he likes to do. So good stuff on him, man.
Absolutely.
You got anything else on him?
No, I'm also just impressed by his, 50% off of 10 shots. The only person that had 50% was Ron Holland at 4 shots. So
I like it. I like it, man. Okay. That's all we got in Asar, guys. Let's keep it moving. Let's jump to Uncle T. Tobias Harris, guys. Tonight had 10 points on 4-13 shooting, 2 of 6 from 3, 6 boards, 3 assists, 3 turnovers in 30 minutes for Uncle T tonight. What did you see, boss, from Tobias Harris?
Yeah, I mean, this was the last 5-game stretch. This wasn't his best one. This was probably ranked number 5. He missed a couple shots pretty badly early on, but then he hit a 3, and then he just went back to his normal back down a guy, let me go to my hook shot kind of thing. And so 10 points, like we've talked about, he averages a little bit more. And in 30 minutes, he played the most out there. So maybe if his offense was a little bit more on it, it turned on a little bit later after some missed jump shots. But 6 rebounds, 3 assists. I mean, what more can you ask for? He had 13 shots. He had the most shot attempts of the team.
Mhm.
And usually he's pretty on. So I mean, I can't fault him for 10 points, especially just after the last few games we've had from him, where he has just been a major help in scoring since being back
Yep.
from that injury. So
Yep. Yeah, he didn't shoot it well tonight. He had some good opportunities, just didn't fall. But
mhm.
the last few games, he's been great. So I'm not gonna fault him because didn't have a great game. I do like that he's still sticking to who he is. Playing to who he is, just getting to that post game,
Mhm.
right, and just knocking down those. Like he's getting pretty automatic from the post. I know he didn't
Yeah.
shoot great tonight, but when he gets to a spot, he's a physical guy down there, and he's got
Mhm.
great footwork. He's such a polished basketball player in the post and
He
offensively.
backed up
Period.
Zion, and I know Zion might not be as
Yeah.
big as, he was and what he was anticipated to be, but
Hmm.
that was one that he missed because it's Zion. Like, he's
Yep.
here.
Exactly. Zion's a load. So, but
Yes.
aside from that, yeah, I thought he was solid. Just it
Mhm.
wasn't great, but it wasn't terrible. It was just a decent game from him after having a great stretch of games since being back from his injury. So no concerns whatsoever.
Yeah. Agreed.
Let's see. Let's get to some comments. D. Davis said he gets his shots when we need it. Yeah, especially in the half court. We talked about that. In the half court, he's great. We know in transition sometimes it's tough because he's a little bit older, not a great athlete that much anymore, but he can still get some things done. But in transition, if there's any resistance, it's tough for him.
Yeah.
Right. But once again, in the half court, when we need buckets, you go dump it down, and he usually delivers. So, like Dante says, it wasn't his night, but he once again, like D. Davis said, he gave us points when we needed it. So I like it. I like it. All right, nice, short and sweet. Let's keep it moving, boss. Let's go to JD.
Okay.
JD tonight, guys. Jalen Duren, who you guys thought should get the belt. Tonight, JD finished with, 20 points on 7 for 11 shooting, 6 for 6 in the free throw line, which is great for JD. 15 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 turnovers, 1 steal, and 2 blocks for 3 stocks tonight, boss. Wow, in 30 minutes. Man, child tonight. What'd you see tonight from JD, boss?
Yeah, I saw him going up for those blocks.
Mm-hmm.
He did great. I feel like there was one that could have been maybe a challenge. I didn't think that he fouled on that shot, but maybe JB was like, it's just too close to call. And he didn't know how the game was going to go. Try to utilize those challenges when we're up by double digits. But 20 and 15, look, I've been telling you, he's a 20 and 10 guy. He's just been incredible. So, I mean, 20 and 15.
All-star, man.
Ridiculous.
All-star him.
All-star. 3 assists, too. I mean, we had 5 guys with 3 assists in this game. So that's just super fun to see him, get down there and do. And let's see, 7 of 11 on field goal attempts. He made life difficult. Well, he started the game with the windmill dunk.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Thank you. He got it going off. Huh?
Yeah. Sorry I didn't say that right away. But
no, yeah. I was gonna get to it if you didn't. Go ahead.
Yeah, just so fun. And again, even Johnny Kane was like, it was interesting for him to risk that right away. So but and then just even in the fourth, like he fought for that rebound that ended up being a loose ball foul that helps us maintain a vital possession when they had cut in between 5. Like it was just all out effort from him tonight. And again, just the whistles and some transition things just stalled it for some guys, but he put up 20 and 15. So what is there to complain about? So
nothing. D. Davis says that McDice windmill. Yeah, that pre-injury, that pre-knee injury was it ACL, I think, D. Davis. That pre-leg injury, McDice was a problem. Man. He used to throw on that windmill like crazy. But yeah, I think the reason he did it, I won't say the reason he did, I don't know. But I noticed the way that play developed was it was a pick and roll with him and Duncan Robinson, right? And when JD rolled, nobody from the Pels slid over to help. Nobody rotated. It was a clear lane to the hoop out of it. It was miscommunication or something, but it was just JD in the rim. So there was nobody there to try to strip him or anything. And I think when he saw that, he said, I'm going to have a little fun.
Yeah.
And that's when he went up and threw that windmill down. But I loved how he got the game started with that. It was just nice to see. He set the tone for how this game was going to go, at least for the bigs down there that's trying to guard him. He sent a message early, right?
Yeah.
And somebody said that JD getting downhill has to be terrifying for whoever it is that is Organic said it. JD coming at you downhill must be low-key terrifying for opponents. Imagine a guy that big and strong and powerful coming at you that fast, man.
Someone
Maybe
said
that's why the lane was open.
They said it earlier in the show that like they thought that Zion, we haven't seen Zion, we see him very sparsely, but like next to JD, Zion looks small and he's known to be a big guy. He's definitely like slimmed down and trimmed down, but I mean, I agree. When you think of Zion, you think of just a big buff monster out there, and JD definitely looked a lot bigger than him on the floor.
wide open, D. Like there was nobody there at all. So when I saw like, wow, nobody's gonna come over, huh? And he was like, well, okay, let me go ahead and get a highlight. Last game it was the tongue. Maybe 2 games back it was the tongue out, but he had another one tonight, man. Heisenberg says Antonio Daniels, Pelicans announcer, said JD reminds him of a young Chris. So those are the 2 names we've been saying. Right? We've been saying Chris Webber, we've been saying Big Dice. I see a combination of both because we don't see Webb was a ball handler for a big man. Like he could handle that ball like a guard, right? But I don't think he was quite as physically imposing. He wasn't as physically as imposing and strong and just a tank like how JD is on the glass and things like that. But I think it's a solid combo. If you put those 2 guys together in the prime, I think you got what JD can be in this league. And that's saying a lot.
And especially, too, with McDyess's knee injury and stuff, he developed a really nice clutch jump shot. And that's something that JD's working towards. I mean, he had it already, but then, with his knee stuff, he kind of had to.
Yeah. He was a man amongst boys, man. Those guys could not. What's going on, Tom? The Pistons won again. Come on. Shout out G-Mac Cash. What's going on, Tom? Yeah. It's funny, boss. I was talking with Vinny during the game. He called Asar and JD the Wallside brothers. I thought that was pretty dope because they stay on the glass. They clean the glass, man. Shout out to Wallside Windows. But his activity, man. Like once again, he knew those guys and the Derek Queens of the world and Zion. Like those guys they're not equipped to guard him. They can't guard him. They're just not big and strong enough consistently to keep him out of that paint. And he knew it. He was in that paint often, both sides of the ball. He had a ton of tap outs again where he just tips the ball up to himself and keeps it alive. Like he was a force in there. And his offensive game too. We know we want him to be a presence defensively and stay on the boards. His offensive game though is continuing to grow. Yeah, it's continuing to get better, man. We've seen him now just one-on-one, just crossing guys over. He had a nice in and out crossover where he brought it in and then crossed it back over for a layup, man. It just looked fluid. It looked fluid. It didn't look clunky. Like his offensive game is coming along, man. So I like how they're allowing him to do a little bit more here and there. The more he continues to stay consistent in the areas we need him to, it's like reward him. Let him get a few plays and go to work because he's shown he can do it.
He's doing well in the paint, securing the ball. Like most of his turnovers, I feel when he's ball handling, bringing it up the court and then taking it all the way up, he gets kind of pickpocketed right at the top of the paint. But down deep in the paint, he knows how to hold on to it. Yeah.
D. Davis says, man, you could have rolled a rug out for him in the paint on that play. Yeah, literally, like roll the red carpet out. Like, here you go. Go ahead. Here's a dunk for you. Let's get it started. That's literally how it looked in that first play of the game. But I thought he was great, man. The effort is just his motor now is consistent. Mm-hmm. His motor is consistent. I think he made another case for his all-star campaign tonight, just with how he played on both sides of the court. You mentioned the blocks, just being active around the glass. There's not a huge discrepancy anymore in the paint when it comes to Stu and JD like it was for periods last year. There were periods last year when JD would get in foul trouble early, and you're kind of happy Stu's coming into the game because you know he's going to be that presence consistently. Not seeing that this much this year, right? Now JD has really improved on that side of the basketball. I got to give him credit for that for sure.
Yeah, agreed. And he also, again, with the whistle, kept himself to 3 fouls. He got 3 fouls, I think, in the first half. Or no, his third. No, he got second and third in the third quarter. Okay. But exactly that. Like Stu comes in to rest her, and that's it. Like they just come in rotation. They're not. There's no rush. Because especially even at the start of this year, like during could get 2 quick fouls in the first, and Stu would have to come in a little early. I mean, but now we have B-ball Paul, so I'm never worried about that. But yeah, he's just like you said, just playing a lot cleaner. So, and it's translating to double doubles.
Yeah,
over and over
he did have some turnovers. He was doing a little bit too much at times. I'm cool with it because like I want to reward him when he is playing the way he is, because when he's playing the way we need him to play on the defensive side and on the glass, he's just gonna help and impact the game on a really crazy level for you. So I'm okay with not keeping him motivated, but just rewarding him offensively so that you're going to get that same output. Like he earns it. That's why a lot of time when you see him get a block on somebody and they get out in transition, who's Kate looking for? Who's Dennis looking for? The guy who got us to play to get us out in transition, right? So I'm cool with them rewarding him and giving him chances, especially against a small team like the Pelicans who just can't guard him. Yeah, let him go to work.
And he started, and another thing too is like he's just being himself. He's translating his game. He's playing the same way every game. He's kind of established an identity. And this is a team that it's our first time being the Pels. They have a ton of young rookies, new guys.
Yeah.
You just got to try some things out. They didn't, they didn't know that these guys are getting in there handsy. I think Derek Queen is also leading in steals. Either Derek Queen or Jeremiah Fears among rookies. Like it was just, you just got to try and see what works. And the thing is that it just didn't keep happening. It happened a couple of times. He's like, and he adjusted. And that's the whole point when you're facing a team that, you see twice a year. And then when you do see them, it's a whole new team. Like the Pelicans have been the past few years. So
for sure. Let's get a few comments, guys, and we'll keep it going. Dante says his handles that close to the paint is incredible. Also, his post footwork looks much improved. Yes, he's either scoring in the paint and drawing fouls because the opposing team literally has to. Yeah, they can't guard him. They can't guard him, man. And then Thugway says the Pels announcer also pointed out the difference is vast when JD gives all the time effort. Good JD in twin games, and I don't know about PG JD.
Point guard.
Oh, okay. As far as him trying to be that point guard and handle the ball. Okay, I get it. Yeah, I get it for sure. But he, what I see? It's funny because like in this, I want to give a lot of credit to our coaching staff, like Top and Co and all these guys who work with these guys. They deserve a lot of credit. It's just when I watch him and Stu like continue to improve and ascend to different levels of the game, get closer to that ceiling.
Yeah,
it's almost like Big Ben is working with Stu and Rasheed is working with JD.
Exactly.
That's kind of what it feels like.
Yeah,
like the way these guys are advancing their games offensively and defensively. I'm seeing more touch from JD. I'm seeing more offensive bag from JD, who was coached by Rasheed at Memphis, right? So they know each other. He worked with Rasheed over the summer. We know that for sure. So I don't know if Ben is working with Stu. It seemed like it. Undersized guy. It's just interesting to see these guys kind of resemble, not the same, but you see these guys resembling those two guys on both sides of the basketball with how they're playing. It's great to see that.
Those two guys started together.
I was just about to say that. So let Tobias this year ride off into the sunset if you want to. If they want to start him, I'm cool with it. The way he's playing now, okay, whatever. But not mad at that. But I think the future, if we don't make any big moves in the front court, right, trades is JD and Stu because of what they bring you.
We are seeing them at least consistently putting now. Stu's not. He went back to the bench when Tobias got healthy, but we're still seeing JD or Stu come in with JD still on the floor.
Right.
Like they're obviously seeing that something's working there and they're not just going to give that up. So that's another thing that could become situational, especially towards the playoffs. And JD, I think I was listening to the pregame and he talked about how these guys are starting to figure out their opponents as well. So the guys are aware of it. The coaches are aware of it. So I'm just happy to at least see them out there together at the moment. We got one today with Stu's corner three. And JD was able to be under the basket and pass that out to him.
Exactly.
Again, if Stu's going to be shooting threes for us, which he does, and I'm never opposed to it. No, I just want someone under the rim in case it doesn't go in. Like that's
exactly.
The whole point. If JD's down there, I feel much more comfortable with Stu getting those shots up.
It feels like a much more competent inside-outside game with your two big men, which is what we had with Ben Wallace and Rasheed Wallace. You know what I'm saying? So I love it. D. Davis says that two big lineup has to be it. Yeah, it has to be. And like we talk about Stu, not to get into it tonight, but I'm just thinking like tonight they were talking about, JD and K being the All-Stars. If there were a third guy, who would it be? I feel like that guy would be Stu. Yeah. As far as impact, you can make a case for a lot of other guys, but I think Stu would be the guy, the DPOY candidate, the one who's setting the tone defensively. I think he would be that third guy. So it's like at some point, whether this year or next year, I want to see, but whenever. At some point, I think if they keep these same guys, all these guys together, he has to be starting alongside JD. If he's having that kind of impact, and we're saying these things about Stu at that level, DPOY, all-NBA defense, All-Star, possibly all this stuff. How many guys in the league in history haven't started with those accolades, right? Yeah. So I just think looking ahead, that's all I'm saying. Looking ahead, I think that two big lineup is going to continue to manifest good results the way it is now.
Yeah, and I don't know if he'll get an All-Star reserve. I think that would be kind of reaching to get three guys when there's guys that, there's plenty of guys that are all-star level in the league that might get it, but I think he'll get votes.
For sure.
I think he'll get votes from coaches at least because he is a DPOY candidate. The only other one is Gobert, who they're probably not going to get 5 DPOYs. He's not better than I don't care if you liked him in his prime. I don't care if you're a Wolves fan. He is not better than Mutombo and Wallace. So you can't get 5 DPOYs. Not when there's a guy like
and they both have 4. So there's no way.
Yeah.
No way. I don't care how watered down the league is when it comes whatever. No, that can't happen. He can't get any more. No. It can't happen. All right.
Okay, get that out of the way.
All right, yeah, for sure. You feel better? I feel better.
I feel good.
All right, boss. Let's go to some reserves. Let's go to J.I. Jaden Ivey guys tonight tonight he had 7 points on 2 of 5 shooting. All of his shots were threes, boss. Interesting.
Yeah.
I want to see that a little bit more mixed up a little bit, but that's fine.
Yeah.
1 or 2 from the free throw line, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 3 turnovers, which isn't good, in only 18 minutes, boss. So he's still right around that 18 to 20-minute range. He did get the start tonight, but but he's still not getting a ton of. I don't think he's hit 30 minutes a game this year.
He didn't get the start.
I'm sorry, Dana's got the start. You're right. I was expecting him to start, but you're right.
Same.
You're right. But yeah, he's still around that 18 to 20-minute range. What are your thoughts on J.I., boss?
Yeah, and someone mentioned it earlier. I'm just scrolling up real quick to see if I can find it. I don't think I can, but they said that it was very telling that Ivy didn't get the start over Jenkins. No, if you like, Ivy is a shooting guard. He's in the 2 starts that he did have as a point guard. Those were some of his worst games of the season, and he does just settle back into a shooting guard role, and then he can just kind of like Asar. He can take over if he needs to. So I was really happy to see him come in. That he had a great first half. I mean, he had a great find in a crowd to Asar Thompson. He hit his first 2 shots were worth 3. So he slowed down on shooting. Because his first 2 shots were threes and he went 2 for 5. He was fighting for rebounds. He was deflecting them. He was just making it tough on guys. He was running back on defense. Like, here's the thing. If there's going to be a breakaway, and I know he got called for fouls a couple times, don't let them have the easy baskets. Show them. And look, people are saying he's moving slow and stuff. He sprinted up the court to stop some breakaways. Like, he wants to be out there. I thought he had great perimeter defense in the second quarter. He's just constantly moving.
Rotations were good too.
Yeah. So not the best stat line, but like 2 for 5. I'm not even mad at it. It's not like he was 2 for 10.
Exactly.
Again, all threes. I think unless I'm misremembering a pass, it might have been one of the lazy passes that a few of them had tonight. Most of the turnovers were when he dribbled in the paint to try to get his shot. They're just handsy. I mean, that's how they got Jenkins. That's how they got Tobias. Like, they're just handsy in the paint. And then a few passing lane ones, but I was just excited to see him out there. I thought that he would get a little bit more minutes, but like I said, just a great first half. I think he played more minutes then, so I'm not mad at it. He's definitely, people have said in this chat offline that he looks like he's still sore. He probably is. He probably is still dealing with stuff. It's not perfect, but just the fact that he went out there and just gave it his all, I could see the effort tonight.
Let's do some comments, boss.
Yeah.
Let's see. Crush says he is a scorer and not a table setter, and that's okay. Yeah, he's a shooting guard who can play point guard and spots, right? But him playing alongside a shooting guard in the starting lineup to me doesn't bode well for him. Thugboy says he's scuffled and shuffled, 40% from 3, some cardio and a dub. Yeah, just a solid game. Didn't play a lot of minutes. But I saw this too, Brandon. Brandon says, did y'all see how J.I. hawked down Fierce on that break? That was I said the same thing. I was like, bro, he is that looked like the turbo button was on. Turbo button was stuck. That was the fastest I've seen him run since he came back. Yeah, man. Like, he was moving.
People being like, he's not putting effort. Like, I was like, did you see him sprint down? Anyone else could have. I mean, not anyone else could have. And it was his guy, and he was sprinting down to stop it. But he's like, no, I'm not going to let you have this easy. So
313 Kurt says, ain't no way Ivy shouldn't have got 30 minutes or started. Like, at this point, just throw him out there and see what. That's kind of where I'm at. If there's no restriction, just to allow, once again, to get those reps, boss. Just to get those reps. Like, I like seeing him with Danis, right? I want to see more of that. More of Cade and J.I., more in Danis and J.I. Just having that point guard on the court to help him get off, right? That he can play off of instead of him trying to initiate, make plays for others. We wanted him to be aggressive and use that athleticism, use that speed, get downhill, use that strength, and just go get buckets. So I want to see more minutes with those guys. Go ahead.
Yeah, and that's exactly was his first half. And again, like, there's no minutes restriction, so I'm wondering why it's this. And I just don't know, like, maybe he is experiencing pain and he's just not, he's not restricted. Like, he can play more, but maybe he is communicating that something's bothering him. Like, we saw what he did, or maybe he's perfectly fine and he's just not getting the second half minutes for some reason. But the past few games he has come out, he has done his job, and he's gotten hot fast. And then we just kind of don't see him again, or don't see him for long enough, or he doesn't get those opportunities again. So that's he had 2 threes that were in and out. Like,
2
out.
Yeah.
Not whiffing them,
good.
guys. Not off the backboard. And I mean, again, I love Karras in ways, but when he's the shots that Karras was attempting the other night, JI's are much more efficient looking. Yeah. So they're just
he's a better shooter.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. It's Real TV. What's going on, my buddy? Juan says J.I. is doing everything he can to contribute to winning. Be patient. Playoff time, he will shine. Clock it. Bro, that's
Right.
exactly what I said.
Yeah.
I said I'm not gonna give a lot of discourse. I'm not gonna pay any attention to the trade talk with J.I. at all.
No.
Because first of all, we'll get to that later as far as why we talked
We're
about
the
it
impatience,
religiously.
honestly, guys.
But we're waiting for March. We're waiting
20.
for playoff time. We're giving him runway to get to peak JI, which is what we saw last year. We're not rushing it. So Juan is dead on. That's why I'm not talking about all that stuff right now, because to me, it's a moot point until we get to a place where we can fairly talk about it when it comes to him as far as to what we saw last year. So Juan, I agree with you, my dog. Coach of Detroit in the building. Appreciate you, man. A few more comments on J.I. Boston. We'll keep it moving. Dante says, Ivy's a scoring guard. Him and Sasser have the same problem. I don't think Ivy has lost much athletically. I just think he's trying to be more controlled. Right. That's why he's only taking 5 shots. He's trying to do everything within the flow of the offense. Chris says Duncan is trying hard to keep his minutes.
Yeah,
for sure. Wait till he gets his burst back. It's a matter of time. So you guys get it. Like we're not rushing with him right now. Right?
Yeah.
We're still winning games. We're winning games with him playing the way he's playing. Of course, you want to gradually see more, but that takes time. So once we get to March, springtime is when I'm really going to have my eye more so on him as far as being able to talk about what we're seeing compared to last year and stuff like that.
And like, you guys, I've been an advocate for LeVert, and then I've, been held accountable for things. Like we're going to do the same with Ivy. But for me, just with Ivy too, is just like, imagine we were losing and we had to rush him back. Like it's kind of a blessing that like, yeah, especially when he's doing well, I do want to see him do more. But the fact that we don't have to rush him, that we can literally give this our player grace after he, broke his leg. I mean, it's and everyone has their opinions, all that stuff. But I'll if come March he's still not getting minutes, it's not finding it. We're gonna hold him accountable, just like we have with Duncan, just like we have with Karras, everyone. But I do think, especially the way I've seen him start these past few games, like when he's in and how he gets hot fast, I do think that it's coming. It's coming. Yeah,
it's just not gonna all come right away in one game, in 1 week.
Just to compare from some of the earlier games that he was in, we don't have to wait for him to warm up anymore. He's coming in, hitting his shots, doing his defensive assignments, getting the ball, finding assists. Like doesn't need to warm up anymore. He's coming in ready to go. That to me is progress. Yep.
So a few more comments, guys. Tom, when you get here in April, because guys, Tom is going to be here for the playoffs, I think for a week. So you guys definitely make sure you are at LCA for that. Looking forward to grab another beer with you, bro. And I'll make sure we have a pen for you to sign those autographs.
Yeah.
Organic says too many imminent turnovers on dribble. Yes, he's got to be more careful with the basketball. I totally agree with that. A few times he kind of got caught in jail or got clipped from behind, or a guy who wasn't paying. So you're right. That's one of the things he has to clean up. All part of the process of just progressing and getting comfortable for sure.
Yeah, and it's why he was shooting threes, like I said. So
he's
gonna get those.
So we'll leave it there, Thomas Silly. We'll leave it there, boss, on JI. And we will move on now to who we want to go to next, boss. Let's go to Lil Ron. Let's go to Ron Holland tonight.
Okay.
Tonight, Ron Holland, guys, finished with 6 points on 2 of 4 shooting, 1 of 1 from 3, 1 of 2 from the free throw line, 2 boards, 2 assists, 2 steals, no turnovers, and 18 minutes, boss. Didn't play a lot, but I thought he was still effective. What about you?
Look, I said last time I thought that this was going to be a Ron game. I thought it was a great pair up with the young guys on the Pelicans. And it was a Ron game in terms of defense, I believe. I think it still was a Ron game. Even his offense, 2 of 4 and then 1 of 1 from 3. He shot that 3 so confidently at a time that we really needed it. Yep. So it was a decision that he made, and it pulled through. It worked out. He broke up a lob attempt in the first. He stripped Zion, which led to the Dennis Jenkins layup.
Yep.
And then he got in the fourth, knocked down 3 to start the scoring, and then the next play he got to take away in a dunk. Like it wasn't a Ron Holland game in terms of, I think that I was imagining more. What's the word? I don't know. More touches, more Ron focused, but he still did a really good job in all the areas that he does. He played a Ron game. 2 steals. Just really good. 2 rebounds, and those rebounds were big. That one that he flew up, was it over Jordan Poole? Was that who it was? he like flew up and like it could have been over the back, but except he went straight up for the ball. He wasn't, coming down with his arms or anything and hitting anybody.
Yeah.
So he just, again, is just crazy effort. And I wish he had a few more touches because I would have loved to see him drive in the paint and get one of his, signature layups. But they were really, again, they made it life difficult for everyone in the paint. That's why everybody from JD to Stu to Ron. Well, actually, Ron doesn't have turnovers, but right, big guys have turnovers is because that was in the paint. So
yep. Yeah, let's get some comments. Thugway says came in and went on a personal run to get control of game. Like, yeah, we were up 4 or 5 points, and he went on a personal 5-0 run in like a minute. Made them call timeout. The 3 ball he knocked down. And then you mentioned the breakaway, I think it was breakaway layup dunk he had. Tom says his fast break dunk was weak. I'm sure JD and Stu went at him post game, probably getting the Marcus Sasser thumbs down that he had from last game. Yeah, man, I thought Ron was great. This comment is good too, because I was going to hit on this as well. As far as with Ron, I thought I was watching that matchup, just the wing matchup, because you guys know I fear Trey Murphy as long as he is an opponent, right? Like. What he's been doing in the league this year has been crazy. But I was watching him. I was watching Asar on him. I was watching Ron Holland on him. And I thought they both did a great job guarding Trey Murphy, man. In the first quarter, Ron got back in transition and broke up that lob. That would have been a dunk, alley-oop for Trey, right? That would have been a highlight for Trey if he wasn't there. And you may have mentioned it, but he stripped him the next play, right? Yep. So just Ron was very impressive defensively. Like he did not disappoint, and I was very impressed, boss, with how he guarded Trey Murphy. Because guys, Trey Murphy has been cooking everybody all year. Yeah, I've been watching. I've been watching like his games. I've been watching the Pelicans a lot this year because of Trey Murphy, and he's been getting off against pretty much everybody and doing it efficiently. Yeah. But tonight, boss, I was reminded of how good the Pistons defense is. Yeah. When I see Trey Murphy struggle the way he does, was the problem. That's why look, it makes me not take for granted how good our defense is. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause we see it every night. But when you see guys who cook the rest of the league and they struggle and they are quiet against you, it's a reminder of how good you are as a team defensively. So I just want to credit the Pistons defense, man. It's incredible.
Truly. And a couple people have asked, like, what do you still think about Trey? He was still their second highest scorer. He had, even though we defended him the way we did, we held him to 6 of 19.
So real quick.
I just want to say, wait, let me finish. At 17 points he had. He was 2 of 9. He wasn't hitting his threes. Only 4 guys shot threes tonight. But he's just, tonight was one of his worst games against, again, like you said, our defense, and he still put up 17 points. And that's only with 3 free throws. Like, he was still making buckets when they needed him to.
Yeah. I just want to say, because it was kind of in line with what you were about to say, but as far as this season, he's averaging 22 points, 6 boards, 4 assists, a steal and a half on 50% shooting overall, 39% from 3-point, and 90% from the free throw line. Like, he's averaging basically he's having a 50-40-90 season, guys. Yeah. 50-40-90 season pretty much. So he's been doing it all year. So to do what we did to him tonight was extreme. Like, our physicality really bothered him. You could see the way we were playing. Wait, hold on. We finished. The way we were guarding him, like the way Ron was getting up into him and but without fouling and just making things tough. You could see Trey getting frustrated. Like he would get annoyed when he would miss a shot because the defense, he wasn't getting a call he thought he should have got. But the physicality, it was just there. And I was very, once again, we see these guys every night guard other teams' best player. So it's easy to get used to it. But when you see guys who routinely play well against other teams, and you see them struggle playing your team, it's not because they're just having a bad night. A lot of time, your team is forcing them into that bad night. And the Pistons made sure he didn't get comfortable at all. I was very, very, to me, this is more a Pistons thing than the Trey Murphy thing tonight, for sure.
Right. And so that's like the whole point is like they know not only just from scouting, but probably from the desire from the fan base to see Trey Murphy on this team. They know his game. They've watched it. So they knew that if they shut him down, and then, just try to do as well as everyone else, they could really pull away. Because that's just kind of how he's the one that's been carrying them. I think he's averaging 21 points over the last 5 games, too. Like, he's just, he is a very good player. And we reiterated, we were just bothering him. And that was intentional because, Asar, Ron, even Javante at times, like, they were on him because we didn't want him to get hot. I
Yeah.
mean, to keep him to 2 3-pointers is crazy because he's one of those guys that when you see him shoot a 3, you're like, that's going in.
Right.
Like,
Exactly.
it's just so consistent. We threw him
Yep.
off.
Yep. 100%. And that's the key for me. It's just really, it ain't like, man, I don't know. Like, if for those who haven't watched him all year, I could understand if you're like, Trey ain't that good. Watch him against everybody but us.
Yeah.
Everybody but us. And he's still an incredible player. I said it already, but I'm really impressed with what Ron Holland did against him defensively tonight, man. Just towing the line with his physicality, not getting caught for a bunch of fouls. Like, he had trouble with last year as a rookie, as a very young player, but you can see he's rapidly growing on that end of the floor and understanding what he can and can't get away with. And tonight, that was in full effect against Trey Murphy. So
absolutely
incredible defense, man, from Ron Holland, bro. Like, that was tough. That's all I can say. That was tough, man. He made some huge plays. And offensively, we mentioned offensively, just being able to be opportunistic, man, and just going a little personal 5-0 run by himself. Once that 3-ball comes around consistently, and once he starts to get a little bit of a deeper bag offensively as far as with handle and getting to his own shot, because right now he's pretty much a driver. He likes to get downhill. He very much so contributes to our style of stops and getting turnovers and getting out transition. But he's a driver. He likes to get into the paint, put his head down, go downhill. Once he starts to add more to that bag, to where he's more effective in the half-court offense, he's going to be really scary. So he's already a really good player already as a second-year player. I'm not even saying that, but the upgrade is coming for Ron Holland. I see a high ceiling for him, man.
And I just want to reiterate too, because maybe people don't know this. And we picked him 5th, and some people might think that he's not living up to the number 5 potential. Not Pistons fans, but maybe people in general. The reason that people were so shocked that he was picked 5th was because he was out for a season with an injury.
That's true.
So he's only 2 years removed from an injury too.
Yeah.
So he's just, and he's young, he can bounce back like that, but it was a season ending injury that people predicted would make him drop in the draft. And Trajan was like, nah, we know this guy can work back from it. And I think, I think that just has to be, for me personally, I really appreciate having a GM and a front office that's just like, willing to give guys the benefit of the doubt. They're not willing to rush things. They're not trying to, it's all going to come by ethically and intentionally is kind of how I feel about the way that we are handling things these past 100%. Few seasons too.
100%. Yeah. It's got to make sense.
Yeah.
It's got to make sense. And it's got to be the right move at the right time. Right. We're not rushing anything. Let's get to some comments real quick. Dante says Trey was so mad after he airballed that 3. He wanted called a block from Massar. I was go ahead, get that block to us. Yeah, I agree. Thugway said he's going to be mad and go off the next game against the Pelicans or next game they play. I'm watching that game. He might drop 40. They're telling you, man, our defense is different, man. Our defense can make guys look regular at times. We saw what once again Ron did to Luka when we played the Lakers, how he had him frustrated. Like, Ron is just already a very dangerous defender, man. And Asar too. Like, our wing room with Javonte Green, all these guys are good defenders.
Yeah.
Our wing room is really, really good defensively. So I just want to credit our defense. Crutch said I still trade for Trey. That's hilarious. Only player I want. I ain't mad at you, bro. I ain't mad at you, man. Like, he's still one of my favorite players in the league. Thugway says Pepsi jerseys. Man, I like these Pepsi jerseys, man. Y'all ain't rocking with the Pepsi jerseys, man. I'm rocking with the Pepsi. I got one on right now.
Yeah, I was like, are you calling him out?
You know what I'm saying? But but which one you got?
She.
Oh, I ain't mad at that. I was
like, I would have worn him in a while.
Yeah, for sure. A few more comments, guys. Let's see. Organic says Ron doesn't rely on his athleticism defensively when he learns not to. Wait, he doesn't rely on. When he learns to not do that on offense, he's going to be. I agree, bro. Yeah, like he's able. He uses his speed a lot of time offensively to get downhill, but when he's able to add a counter, I think that's going to be the next progression for him. Like when it's because a lot of time when he's caught in jail, sometimes offensively when he's driving, he'll still try to get it up there because he's a shot maker. But when he's able to add something else, add another move or a counter to that, he's going to really take off.
And I think it's closer than, I think it's coming soon because his decision-making has been much, 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 much better.
It has.
Like, I even saw him today. He had he made it up and there were like 2 guys and I was like, oh, what's he going to do? And he pulled it back. He's like, nah, you know what? I won't drive. Like, I think his decisions are getting a lot better. So that time will come on offensive too. So.
Yeah, for sure. It's coming. He's second-year player, man. I think he just turned 21. right? So
Yeah, a little.
I think he just
I
turned
think he's
21, which is
young.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, our team is so young. Like nobody is even anywhere near their ceiling. Even Cade. I don't think Cade is anywhere near a ceiling yet, which is
Mm-mm.
crazy. He's already a starter for the All-Star game. And that's not counting JD, who's 22, and Stu, who's 24, and Asar, who's 23 or 22, and Ron, who's 21. Like, man, we got this core is yeah, quite a lot of room for growth, man. Which is the scary part because we are currently running away with the Eastern Conference, which is crazy. So yeah, anyway, like we said, guys, really bright future for Ron Holland, man. Once again, very, very, very impressive what I saw from him tonight. So we'll leave it there, guys, and we will move on now to Savage. Can you woo Green? Javonte Green tonight, guys. Tonight he finished with, let's get to him, boss. He had 8 points on 3 of 4 shooting overall, 2 of 3 from 3, 2 boards, 1 turnover, 3 steals, and a block for 4 stocks, and he did that in 14 minutes. Oh my lord!
Yeah, I know. I know.
Take off on Savage Woman. What'd you see?
Well, his shots, again, I've used this word with him a lot, were timely. His threes were very important. They came at times when the Pels were trying to get close again.
Yeah.
Twice, I think his threes hit, and we went back up to 8 or 10, like got it back up higher. In the second, he rejected PV under the rim. He was giving Queen problems. He was deflecting it, and then eventually caused a turnover, and then hit that 3.
Yes.
They had a passing lane steal to the dunk where who was it against? It was it McGowan's, I think. I could be wrong, where he went up and they're like, I got fouled, but what happened was Devontae hit the ball into his face. But it's all ball. So it's like, you know, and he got that, and then led that to a dunk. I was hoping for a little bit more of an exciting dunk as well, but I think he just wanted to be like, let's just get this done. Just like Ron, I think when things aren't going perfectly smooth, because that's the only reason we got a JD windmill dunk immediately, and then the rest were like, let's go make sure this goes in. But then clutch 3 in the 4th. He was on my list too. Someone I would have added, especially just with his late game heroics to
for the poll for the belt.
If there weren't so many candidates already. But just another straight up consistent game from Javonte. 1 foul. Yeah, so good.
Yeah, Javonte Green is so good, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's just his impact this year is incredible, man. Like, if Chris is here, go ahead and say it, bro. Mr. What you need, coach, bro. What you need, coach. I got you. He came into this game, he mentioned it. He immediately turned over a Derek Queen who's much bigger than him, right? Much bigger, much taller, but he turned him over. Queen tried to go in the post, and he's got good, you mentioned it, boss. He's got good footwork. Queen's good to post, all that stuff. Wu wasn't having any of it. He held his ground. He didn't move. He wasn't pushed off a spot. He just turned him over. He just got handsy with the basketball and turned him over. Yeah. And right after that, in transition, he hit a 3 ball. Right after that. Right. He was the beneficiary of his own turnover. But he's just the perfect defensive offense player. Like, he embodies this team, like I said before, guys, as well as anybody, as far as how we want to play. Right. His toughness, his grit, his ability to get stops, his ability to knock down shots. He had a big 3 in the 4th quarter when we needed it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Big 3 in the 4th quarter when we needed it. And that corner 3 is becoming automatic.
That's what I'm saying. It's clutch.
Like, when he takes it from the corner, when he catches it in the corner, like, you could see him kind of like running the other way, like not Steph Curry style, he's turning around, but you can see, like, most of the time when he puts it up and he's got space, that's good. It looks good every time. I expect it to go in every time. But immediate impact player, boss. I just love what he brings. Chris says, Mr. Thanks for my minutes back, coach. I won't let you down. He didn't play a lot last game, I don't think, did he?
Yeah, no. He was just like, he didn't play a lot last game. But I also want to say that he was, and we mentioned this last game, but he's an ex-Pelican too. Yeah,
we said it before, boss. Go ahead.
He just showed out. He showed them, like, hey, like, what they're missing. And we just went off about our youth. And he's one of our vets, and he has probably the most energy on the team besides Ron Holland, in my opinion.
Yeah.
He's just bouncing off the wall. So he's a 31-year-old vet with a 20-year-old Ron Holland spirit. For sure.
I think he's actually older than that. I think he's like 33.
No, I think he's 31.
Is he 31? You sure? Y'all check that for. I thought he was like 33. I could be wrong. Maybe he's 31. But yeah. But either way, man, I just once again, we all say, boss, he plays the same way every game. The only difference normally is he knocking down shots or not. That's usually the only difference when it comes to him, because it's the difference. Like, we'll see him a stat line where he's like 1 for 4, and people will be like, not us. People will be like, man, he had a bad game. He didn't shoot it well. But the next game he shot 3 for 4, he had a good game, but he played the same way in both games.
Exactly.
It's just that shots didn't go down.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm normally seldom critical of him whenever he plays, because he brings the same thing every game. He has the same style. He does what you need. Shout out to Chris Morris, what you need, coach. He brings the intensity. He brings the energy. He just brings it every game. And he is 31, 32.
Yeah, I'm getting two answers.
31 to 32. Okay.
Maybe
so I'm glad he's not 33 because that means he's younger.
Yeah, he's got at least 4 or 5 more good years, I think. With his energy level.
Yeah. Because do you feel like his game is, I don't feel like his game is predicated, maybe somewhat predicated on athleticism, because he does get up and down the court fast. He's twitchy, but I think he's smart. I think he's a high IQ player, and that's what's going to prolong his career. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I mentioned it to you in the game. Queen is, a big guy with handles, and Javonte Green did not let Derek Queen get past him with all the spin moves, all the stutter steps, nothing. Yep. Javonte Green, he stays in front of his guys so well, and that's like we've even talked about, like when we call him consistent, and maybe the box score doesn't show much, but it always shows 0 or 1 foul. It's because he's out there and he just plays very smart defense. So I agree with that. Like athleticism, he can be fast. He's obviously energetic. We see him bouncing off the bench, like he can't sit down. But he is. I would say he is athletic, but he's very. I think just his, like you said, his basketball IQ is high. He's learned. He's learned and taken in from his years in the league. Someone else mentioned it earlier, right here. Also, Green has a game that you wanted a star and a Holland to emulate. Like I said, he is perfect bet for Ron Holland, just in terms of especially defensive control, of when not to reach, how to stay in front of a guy, especially a guy that's bigger than you. It's not like Javonte is huge.
He plays like he is. It's deceiving.
Exactly. So I do think that he's athletic enough. He is athletic enough to get in passing lanes and run down and get the dunk without being stopped and slow down. But it is also a lot of he's good at transition defense and half court defense, I'll say.
You're right. Yeah, he just gets it done, man. I like the celly he does too. The celly is pretty dope.
Yeah.
GVH says, hitting that Jeffrey Osborne time every time, good. Bro, it's funny. So while we're talking, I found this for you. I told y'all I know Jeffrey Osborne. That's like fam. And this is what happened when we went to the Fox. We were at the Fox Theater about, how long ago was that? Maybe about 10 years ago. But he does this thing where he goes out into the crowd and, once and gets people to sing a song. So that's what happened at the Fox. And I don't even know why I'm showing y'all this, but whatever.
All right, you ready to do this, kid? 1, 2, 1, 2.
So that's where the woo comes from. That's why I always say that when it comes to Javonte Woo Green.
Manifested.
I finally dropped it, bro. I know. I've been promising y'all that for a while. But anyway, that's what the woo, for all my old heads, y'all know Jeffrey Osborne. Y'all know, but that's like fam. I've known it for years. My father's known it for years in the music industry. So anyway, that's where it comes from. So hope y'all didn't I didn't embarrass y'all too much by showing y'all that, or embarrass myself. Hopefully the viewership doesn't drop too much.
Like I said, you manifested it. That was just in the universe now.
You know what I'm saying?
He had to come here. He was drawn by the woo woo woo.
For sure. When I meet him, that's the first thing I'm saying. I'm gonna test his music history and see if he know it. But yeah, man, definitely, man. Shout out to Woo, man. Played another great game, Mr. Mitchell. Mr. What You Need, coach. Always gets it done. Camille says, do you perform? I used to, man. I do sometimes, special occasions, but normally we'll see. It just kind of depends. I used to all the time. Javonte is 32 years old. So he's 33, almost 32 and a half. Yeah. So we were kind of both. You said 31, I said 33. I'm a little closer, but what's
the way he's running,
I'll let you have it.
He's got at least three more
for sure.
Like this year's, probably more the way he's
and I hope he spends them all here.
Yeah.
Right? Because he said, like we always say, boss, you said it, I've said it. He said when he got here, he's looking for a home. He's played with the Pels, played with the Bulls. Where else did he play? The Celtics, I think, for a hot minute. Right. So he's bounced around a little bit. So I think he may be having a career year because he's getting a career opportunity, like a consistent opportunity, and he's taking advantage of it, man. So shout out once again to Trajan Langdon, and hopefully he spends those next 2 or 3 or however long, many years it is, boss, right here because he.
Yeah. I
he's
mean, like
playing
I
great for us.
mentioned in the Ron Holland just quick chat, like Trajan's just very intentional with these things, and that's why I think our team chemistry is so good. It's because he's letting guys know that they're appreciated and that he wants them to grow here. They don't need to be perfect right off the bat, but he wants them to grow and conform to the Pistons ways, and they all do.
Right. 100%. So, boss, let me check these comments and see how much everybody is calling me real quick in the comments. Organic says back when Deuce was Uno. Yes, you see this short haircut, bro? Like I got a ton of hair now. I had a shortcut, 360s was going on. I was Uno, I wasn't married, no kids, none of that. I had not a care in the world, man. GVH says play that when Wu gets the belt. Okay, I like it. So if next poll that he wins, that he gets the belt, we gonna do that. That's gonna be his signature. I'm working on I gotta get a headband too. I keep forgetting to get a headband. I want to order a fresh one, so I might get a whole set. But Sean says I'm happy and I'm cringing for you. All right, man, that's enough for y'all, man. Thank you, Ambassador. Yeah, I'm gonna turn up, man. But anyway, Rich says Javante was with Trajan in the Pels, right? And with JB and so that's interesting. So he was in Cleveland for a minute. That's right. So he knows JB well, and they both know him well. That's dope.
It's probably why, we were as fans not expecting him to be like an every now and then role player, and now he's sometimes the sixth guy in. So
right. 100%.
Because these guys just know what he did. Yeah, gosh, I learn something new every day. I love it.
Organic says he's playing like he is tired of moving his family. Bro, I heard that. He had his son on his post game with him. Cute little boy that he had on the. That was cool. Yeah. Hopefully he's able to stay here, man. Get some security. You know what I mean? And he can just kind of play free, and having to pack his bags every other year, stuff like that. So he deserves it, man. He's earned it, and I think he's going to earn it really in the playoffs when games get tighter and the game slows down, and he's finishing some of those games, even though he's not starting a lot of these games. Right? We talk about. I think playoff time, he's really going to show his value even more. So we'll leave it there, man. Good game from Javante Green. And we will move it on now, guys, to who we want to go to. Let's go to Isaiah Stewart, boss. Let's go to Dog Pound Senior, man. Tonight, Isaiah Stewart, guys, finished with 8 points on 3 for 7 shooting overall, 1 for 4 from 3, 1 for 1 from the free throw line, 6 boards, 3 assists, 2 turnovers, and 2 blocks, boss. Critical block in the fourth quarter.
Yep.
In 24 minutes. Take off on Dog Pound Senior.
Yeah, he had a block on Zion to start the second, just get it off right on the right foot, and then he had a block at Poole at the rim, and the fourth. These numbers, these 8, 6 points, rebounds, these are bench to numbers. This is his average on the bench, I would say.
Exactly.
He tends to ball out a little bit more when he's a starter. I'm not saying he did it tonight, but this is typical of bench Stu.
Yes.
He also still played. He played the most off the bench at almost 24 minutes. But they made life difficult for him in the paint as well. But he just returned the favor. So only 2 fouls is huge. 6 defensive rebounds. Great game from Stu. I think a couple people have mentioned. Someone said earlier they're like, oh, that flu must have really bothered him because he's been off the last 3 games. I mean, that's when he moved to the bench.
Yeah, exactly.
That's just kind of he's just playing to his position right now. He's playing as a bench player. And I think if, again, like we talked about, like if Duran got into foul trouble and he was out there for more, you might see a little bit more. Exactly. And they were out there together too. And that's when Stu was able to get up those 3 shots because Duran was down in the paint, getting the 15 rebounds. I mean, 100%. still, to have 28 points and 21 rebounds combined between our 2 bigs.
That's good.
It's nice. Yeah. So no complaints from Beef Stu.
Dante says, I needed someone to get a block on Poole and Zion. Stu did both. In the voice of Tony Allen, first team all defense. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly, bro, for sure. Yeah. It's funny, man, because if you guys have noticed the last couple of years, it didn't really manifest itself tonight. But the last couple of years, Stu and Zion were kind of going at it a little bit. Like no words, no barking, but on the court, I know a couple of years ago, I think Zion kind of caught him on the dunk. And then, but last year, Stu kind of really rejected the shot and put him on his butt, right? Yeah. But in this year, tonight, well, not this year, but tonight in this game, Stu wasn't having none of it. Like Stu stonewalled him when he tried to score on him. I think he made him turn it over. Like every year, Stu has elevated his game defensively, man. Every year, watching those two, I've seen Stu get better just in that matchup in the last couple of years. Like He's a top over defender for sure. Go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry. I just that just reminded me of something else I noticed in the game is that Stu, he's chilled out. The media and the NBA fans in general might know him as a hothead. Stu doesn't complain if he doesn't get a call under the rim.
That's very true.
If he's not making a basket, he just gets back and he's like, well, that's it. You don't see Stu at the free throw line a lot, even though he is down there, but he never complains. And today I had to look at Zion's like snarl, like that was a foul, like yelling. It's like, just play. And like, because we complained about Duran going like this, and sometimes he does that, but like, and they'll complain about fouls, but Stu, he never is like, where's the foul, ref? Never. I've never seen him do that. So he just goes back and he takes it out and he just, that's how he just was like, well, I'll just go make the play and get the ball back kind of thing. So I just wanted to say that too, because I'm sure guys like Zion do get under his skin, because Stu has a rep and Zion has a rep, and Zion's is somehow, well, for reasons, but it is that Zion was supposed to be this elite star player. You were lucky to have it on his team. He was, even when he was injured, he was like trade talks, like, well, what if we trade Zion? Oh my God, if we get Zion, he's going to be dangerous. And Stu's out here playing better and also just not whining. So I'm sure that guys with some egos like that can under Stu's skin, because if you maybe on the court you might not agree, but if you know Stu personally, like there is no ego. There's just ball. There's just gonna go play ball. So
exactly, and that just shows the mindset too, though. Like Stu was an old school player. You know what I'm saying? Like I think guys today, a lot of guys they hunt the whistle too much and rely too much on the whistle, to where if for some strange reason they don't get a call, they're going crazy, like because they go in looking for it. Yeah. Right. Like even when Stu gets hacked, he plays through it better than I've seen a lot of big men, to where when he gets hacked, he just acts like a street ball. He's not stopping because the call didn't come. He's not looking at the ref. He's trying to get possession back of the ball after he got hacked. It's just a different mindset that he has. And I think that goes a long way too.
You just never, I think it's just because seeing Zion do that on a couple of possessions where Stu is defending, I just got to click for me. Like you just never see him yelling at the ref.
You're right.
You never see him with his hands up. You never see him, jogging up the court so he can talk to the ref on the side about why he didn't get a foul. You don't even see him go up to the ref after and be like, hey, why didn't you call that? He just moves on.
Right.
So just appreciate that about him. Yeah.
That's a great point. Hey, Heisenberg says Zion dunked on Stu last year. Zion dunked on Stu last year. Then he tried it again a few minutes later and Stu sent him back. Yeah. And he put him on his butt. Exactly. Yeah. So it's a cool little, I won't even say a rivalry or anything. It's just like they definitely have, I think, a mutual respect for each other. And they both, when they go, head up, they want to prove like, kind of like Ant and Wemby. Like Ant wants to dunk on Wemby. Wemby wants to block Ant. Like, it's like, nah, bro, I'm going to win this matchup. That's kind of the approach they seem to have whenever they play each other. Because they're kind of built similar to, like, both guys, a little undersized at their position. Both guys really strong. You know what I mean? So I like the dynamic.
But also comparatively, I know Wemby will every now and then talk to a ref about why he didn't get a call, but he's not yelling, "Hey ref," every time like Ant. And I think part of that is because of the respect thing. Is like Zion wants to be like, wait, like I would have had that if you like, no, like it's almost like, no, I am winning this, but you're just not calling the fouls. But again, just he never does, and he
doesn't. He doesn't. Dante says rather keep trying Stu at the rim. Right, he'd rather keep trying to Stu at the rim. He deserves that spot. Has anyone won DPOY? I don't think so. The only person who I think may have, and I think one of you guys have mentioned it, is Michael Cooper with the Lakers. But I think at the point he may have won it, he was starting. I don't think he was coming off the bench. I don't think that's ever happened to where a DPOY came off the bench. Because first of all, you got to play a lot of minutes off the bench just to qualify for that. That's why Stu that's why he wasn't eligible for All-NBA defense last year, because he didn't play enough minutes. So if you're ever going to do that, get DPO off the bench, you got to play 25-30 minutes minimum a night just to get to that point. So I don't think it's ever happened. And if he does get DPOY or All-NBA, I don't see how you don't start him. That's just me. Go ahead, boss.
I did just look it up, and you are right. It has happened once before. It was Michael Cooper.
Oh, okay.
And he only started 2 games, but provided crucial defense and energy from the bench. And that was in 1987, before, I don't think that there were any time restrictions. I think it was just, I doubt that they were like, you need to play this amount of time. I kind of doubt that for the 80s,
Right.
But so it is him, but not in, nearly 40 years.
Right.
So.
And not since the rule has changed to where you have to have X amount of minutes, like you say, to be eligible. So that's a good point that you make, boss. So to answer the question, within these rules, no, nobody has ever won DPOY off the bench. So just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. But we'll leave it there, guys. Great game from Stu, even though it didn't show in the box score. He just once again does what he does for his team.
Yep.
Let's go to Marcus Sasser, guys, who got some bump tonight, man. Got a little
This is
play
our
tonight.
last guy.
Got
Yeah.
opportunity tonight, guys. Sass finished with 9 points on 3 for 11 shooting, 1 of 5 overall from 3, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 1 rebound, 4 assists, and no turnovers, which is good from Sass. Love to see it, man.
Yep.
In 21 minutes, boss, what did you see from Marcus Splasher, the assasser, tonight?
So he just came out immediately with confidence, like he always does. I wasn't mad at him trying to get his shot off right away. I feel like he gave Bay a harder time on defense than Robinson. Like I said, he's someone that can just be pesky. Obviously, he's smaller, so he can be taken advantage of, but he also is aware of that. That's how his life has been. So he knows how to adjust. He's just moving great in the half court offense. Whether it's on the ball or off the ball, like he's just moving great. Constant movement. He had that transition 3 in the second. But I just want to say what impresses me the most from Sass, and I know 3 of 11 doesn't sound great, but Ivy couldn't get a paint shot because they were picking up Ivy.
Yeah.
Turning it over. Sass just wasn't draining his paint shots, but he was getting there and not turning it over. Like you said, 0 turnovers. He just wasn't getting it in. So again, he's always been a good ball handler, stuff like that. So I think he just did great in his ball handling roles when those were called upon him in the game tonight, and still made an impact, especially like 4 assists. Again, him and Danis tied for most assists, and then 9 points, the most off the bench. So I think, for the minutes that he had after not playing a lot in the past few games, we haven't seen much of him. He had that 2-game streak. He just, tried to get it going early and tried to adjust. But for me, the biggest takeaway is, again, he was so under control with the ball that he was able to get those shots up in the paint. He wasn't getting picked. And he, wasn't turning it over. Again, 4 assists and no turnovers compared to Jenkins, 4 assists and 5 turnovers. It's just a little different. So I commend Sass for taking care of the ball tonight for sure, and for his defensive effort.
I agree. You could tell he had the green light tonight. You could tell the coaching staff was like, bro, go out, because as soon as he came to the game for his first possession, he was looking to shoot.
Mm-hmm.
He was quick with his trigger. He was not hesitating. And that's what you want to see, though, when he's in there, right? That's kind of like with Javante. A lot of time with Sass, the difference is, did he knock down shots or not? But when he's playing to who he is, I'm okay with it. If he's aggressive when he's out there and you're not trying to make him a point guard and he's just playing and trying to go get buckets, that's when I like him. That's when he's at his best, whether he's scoring or shooting a great efficiency or not, as long as he's just playing his game.
Exactly.
As long as he's playing his game, I'm okay. The shot's not always going to be there, but bring the defense, which he does. He's a pit bull. And offensively, just do what you do. Just do what you do. And I thought he did that. You mentioned the facilitating. He was great with that. One particular play, he got to the paint. He got to the paint, and he was able to find Stu in the corner for that 3. Nice pass. Nice pass. That was so just it's not that he can't pass the ball. It's just that he's not a natural point guard. But when he gets opportunistic and he's aggressive and teams got to focus on him, he's capable of making that pass to the right guy. And I thought tonight he was good, man. Just go out there and get buckets, bro. Go out there and look for your shot.
Yeah. And I think, again, it was a little bit disrupted tonight, this whole game thing, because I think he would have just turned into, just like we ask of Jenkins, Javante, Ron, these are guys that are just going to play their game no matter what. And that's what we appreciate from them. And a game like a shooting game like this from Sass, to me, is rare. He's usually a little bit more like 50% in the 3 range, not 1 of 5. He's usually like 3 of 5 or 3 of 6. But it's all you can ask is that they go out there. And I think that if the game wasn't so sloppy and disruptive, that he would have just done what Danis did. And if his shot wasn't going down, he just would have facilitated more.
Exactly.
He facilitated as much as he possibly could. We saw he didn't turn it over facilitating. He 4 assists as our highest assists is low. I mean, we're used to K, but even we've seen Jenkins come in and get 6 or 7 off the bench.
15 one game.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that was just more of that too, is that's just some of the flow. But that's exactly how I wanted to come in. People, even Blaha was comparing him to guys like the microwave, because he comes in and he's like, all right, let's try it. Let's get it going.
Right.
Go.
Right.
Again, he's not waiting. He's never hesitating. He's confident in his shooting, and sometimes it just doesn't go in. But the majority of the time, he's very efficient with his shooting for us.
For sure. So I liked what I saw, man. Once again, I never judge a player off of his shooting percentage. If he's taking good shots and he's not, slowing down the offense, and he's not, bogging the offense down. As long if he's taking shots in rhythm, shots the guys normally make, they usually like to take, and they just don't go in. That doesn't equate to a bad game to me.
Exactly.
As long as you're playing to your style and you're, moving the ball and doing things like that that encourage ball movement, and you're not hurting the team offensively, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. You're going to have games like this as long as you control the things you can't control, like your effort, right?
Exactly.
And he's always going to bring the effort. So, yeah, I'm not mad at Sass at all.
Nope.
All right, man. I saw somebody say about Houston, hopefully JD will be smart next game and keep his elbows away from Twins' head. Yeah, we saw that last game, and that wasn't pretty. I don't think it was on purpose. I just thought he just kind of caught him. But we'll talk about that in a minute, guys. Before we do that, it's been a lot of trade talk, a lot of trade rumors we've been hearing. Guys, we are going to briefly review an article that came out from Bleacher Report because they had some things to say about the Pistons, updates as far as their plan, as far as their mindset. And with all the rumors going around, we thought it'd be best while we had everybody here to kind of just briefly skim through it.
And
so
this came out yesterday, right? So yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, yesterday. So let's bring it up and let's briefly run through this. New NBA rumors on Pistons trade deadline mindset, potential Jaren Jackson Jr. deal, which I don't think is going to happen at all. Let's go through it. The Pistons are taking a patient approach to adding to their roster ahead of the February 5th trade deadline, according to ESPN's Tim McMahon. He says, I talked to some of their folks. Oh, my bad. Says, I talked to some of their folks. Where'd he go? There you go. They are very much in a patient, methodical mindset. And then he goes on to say, the Pistons are more focused on using their $14.3 million trade exception, the TPE, they received in dealing Dennis Schroeder to the Sacramento Kings last summer, then acquiring a second scorer to play behind Cade Cunningham. So the TPE is taking a higher priority than looking to make a splash like we talked about, boss.
Yeah.
He says, when I mentioned Jaren Jackson Jr., to some people, you could see a little twinkle in their eyes. So opportunistic, but they're talking more, hey, we've got that Schroeder exception. We could use that to facilitate a deal, get another asset, probably a first-round pick or something like that. Mm-hmm. They're more in that mindset than they are, oh, got to go get the finishing piece now. Yeah. And part of that is they want to give guys that they have a chance to prove who they are or who they are not come playoff time. And boss, we talked about that. Yeah. We talked about that. That's what trade guys. That's why we're always talking about Trajan Langdon and what he says, because what he says matters. We know the trade proposals we see, right? All these different mock trades, and does this trade work? And the trade machine and all these different things. That's fun, but most of that stuff is never going to happen. Like the people we need to listen to are those who actually can pull the trigger on some of these things. It may not be the most entertaining or fun thing to listen to what Trajan Langdon says, but that's what matters. Yeah, so that's why we're always reiterating what he says, because what he says matters. So when he says we're going to take the slow approach, we're not surprised when he takes a slow approach. When he says we're going to give guys time and give them a chance to play together, and then we'll evaluate. That's why we're not surprised when he does just that.
Well,
so
I want to
focus on that, boss. Go ahead.
Yes, I want to highlight, if you could scroll back up a little bit to where they talk about the TPE right there. Okay.
Right here. I got you.
It says, then acquiring a second scorer to play behind Cade Cunningham. Maybe
a little higher.
I'm looking real quick. Oh, here we go. Sorry, it's a paragraph next. But they're talking more, hey, we've got that short exception, and we could use that to facilitate a deal to get another asset, aka set us up for a very good offseason trade. I don't know where it went, but
did it go back up on you? I got you. There you go.
Okay. And yeah, probably a first round pick or something like that. Like, we have a young team. Of course, like a first round pick would be nice, but that would be an asset. You know who needs a first round pick? The New Orleans Pelicans.
Exactly.
But so that's that. And then also, guys, you can look it up. I think some people on Reddit have made some lists about players in the TPE. There's a couple of players I like. Examples are Najee Marshall, Royce O'Neal, Bobby Portis. Just some guys that we could bring in to help us still score, and that would fit into our defensive scheme as well for the rest of the season. That maybe they'd be here long term, maybe they wouldn't. But I think that we probably will use that towards, again, like an asset to use in the off season, which I think is when a lot of guys will be a little cheaper. And like, I'm just using Trey Murphy as an example because he's I think pretty up there, and he's who a lot of people do also like, despite how you feel about them tonight. He with Dumars came out and said that he's not available before the deadline. He never said he's not available
in the offseason.
yeah, he never said like he's not available. We want to keep him. We're going to say anything. He made it clear like at the deadline we're not going to trade him because right now, I mean, he is doing well, and so he's increasing his value, which is beneficial to the Pelicans. So it's understandable. There's just no reason to rush, and sell away a bunch of our guys, and then not also have any assets to go get a big name that I think that we can find others that are worth just as much for that price, but maybe not right now. So, but they're reiterating it. And I get sucked into, I'm always texting dudes, like, what's going on? It's like, what's this? Like, I get a little nervous as well. So this is like the third time it's been reiterated in the past few weeks.
And this is why I didn't think the MPJ trade would ever happen.
Yeah.
Right. It's because what he's saying in this article, guys, is what he's been saying since the beginning of the season. Trajan Langdon. He's been saying that all year since the beginning, that he wants to give these guys time. He wants to this is what we all say, boss. This is an evaluation year.
Yeah.
You don't trade away main guys of your core in this season. You're trying to evaluate your main guys.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense.
And I want to say, I see a couple comments, blanket statement. It's not a blanket statement. There are plenty of teams out there right now saying we want to trade these people. We're looking for this. The Wolves, we need a point guard. The Grizzlies, we want to get rid of these guys. It's not a blanket statement. If it was like, we are looking into it, I think a blanket statement would be, we're looking into it and we're going to wait for the perfect match. Saying we're going to utilize this for a small asset, to me, that's not a blanket statement. That's more specific to like, these are our goals. So, So I mean, I understand. I think I personally would lose a lot of trust in Trajan if this has been reiterated over and over and over again.
Right.
And there's kind of no reason for him to do that because he has been upfront and honest with everybody in the organization since he's gotten here. So it would feel more blanket if it was just like, we're being patient, but it's like, we're being patient, but we're more focused on this, and it's for an asset that we can utilize later.
And here's why we're being patient.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he's explaining the why, and which makes more sense when he explains the why. You know what I'm saying? Especially considering the young talent we have and how, like I said before, like it wouldn't make sense to say that and then to trade away these guys without, you're basically just undercutting how much time you have to evaluate by trading them early.
Well, that's like, and I see another comment here. There's a lot of national discussion that Ivy's on the block. That's what we're telling you. There's a lot of discussion everywhere. This is our GM from Tim McMahon. This is a very reliable
Yes, it is.
thing. So
Tim does good work.
Yep. He was on the chopping block, but also Trajan has reiterated that he wants to be patient with our guys and give Ivy a chance. Yes. He's also said that. So I think and again, like I said, it gets overwhelming for me. I'm excited for some stuff to happen, not necessarily with us. I just want some stuff to move in the NBA. And if you think about it, yes, we need some things like a scorer. I'm still hoping that can come off of our bench. But again, that's why we don't need to trade away everyone right now. We just need someone more reliable that can fit in right away. And I think, again, because guys like Najee Marshall, Royce O'Neal, they can do that for us. But I think, oh my gosh, I'm sorry, I'm losing my train of thought.
Well, let me get to this, because Heisenberg said this: if we underachieve and flame out in the playoffs, then maybe we look to make some moves in the offseason. Exactly.
That's what
when the season is over. We still don't know what this team can do. As we have issue, right? The 3-point shooting isn't great. We understand that, right? And maybe that's a TPE move. Who knows? But the point is, they want to give themselves some runway as far as their evaluation.
I remembered my train of thought. But look at other teams. Look at how the Knicks are. I mean, they won by 54 tonight. Look at how they're struggling. Those teams need to be in conversations with trades. The Cavaliers need to be in conversations with trades. Like, there's other people. Like, I think there might be like a Cat JJJ straight up because
could be.
I don't know. There's not really a lot of centers available that are giving the effort that New York needs. But those guys, I think, will go for the bigger things because they're struggling. We're still making it work. And it might seem like we're struggling at times, but we're winning. We're 32-10, So if we made a big trade at the top of the East with a 5.5 game lead, I think it would be, I would question it. If it wasn't my team, I would question it. Like, why?
Yep.
Especially because the offseason is there and there's going to be more guys available based on, I truly think that Trey Murphy is up on the market on the trade season, and they'd be a little bit silly to get rid of him now because his trade value is going up. So
what makes sense? Yeah, what makes sense? Exactly. Mike says, J.A. may not be part of the core though. Things change. Nothing personal. We will see. That, listen, anything is possible. But when he said this was at the start of the season.
And he
at the
called
start of the season, he was part of the core. So that's why I'm saying that, because I don't think he's going to change course because J.I. hasn't gotten to the level we saw last year so quickly. He's giving him time to get to that point. I'm thinking for the rest of the year, and then he can decide if he is or is not part of that core. But as of right now, and when the season started, he was part of the core.
And that's the whole point for that's the whole point for, like, he's also kind of, in the contract year with JD. And yeah, I hear you, Michael. That's just why I'm just talking.
Same here.
These are the same things, like you said, the national media, because that's what freaks me out too, the national media. But I think, again, it's the fact that it is a contract year, it almost makes sense that we just keep Ivy for now instead of ship him, because like we still don't know. And I know the guys want him back immediately. They want him back to his form. I do. I love Ivy, but like we talked about earlier, there's just no rush. And if his best games are for us towards the end of the season in the playoffs, then I am satisfied with his season. So
yeah. This is last one. This is interesting. We'll finish this article. Organic says, everybody on the outside wants us to make a trade now. That would be like us trading Tayshaun Prince and Mehmet Okur after our first playoff run before we knew what we had.
Yeah. That's a really good point, because we talked about the Sheed stuff and people are like, we need our Sheed, but we were already an up and coming team. Like we were, like you said, we went through a playoff run. We were getting better. And then we got there and we're like, okay, this is the piece we need. Last year wasn't a fluke, and we made it. I think we need to, we have a possibility to go to the finals and win the championship. We have kind of the same possibility as any top 5 team in the league right now. That's just kind of where it's at.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
So that's just, I just really love that point, because I don't want anyone.
That's a great point.
There's a lot of guys. We have just a lot of young talent, and I think that there's no rush to ship them out. And so, and these are definitely guys like Ivy, like Jenkins, like even Chaz. Like some of these guys can become our second reliable scorers. Just because they're not now doesn't mean that they're not going to be utilized next year. Okay. So again, it's all in there. But we just wanted to bring this up too, because this is straight from, this is very reliable. I think it's pretty specific. Yeah. I'm not saying he wouldn't make a trade for someone that doesn't involve the TPE, but I definitely don't think it's going to be one of these big names that we have to get rid of 2 or 3 guys and picks for. I don't think it's going to be that.
I agree. Yeah. So let's finish this article off real quick. And then we'll move on. It says the Pistons have reportedly had a similar mindset for at least the last month. The Athletics, Hunter Patterson, shout out Hunter, wrote back on the 15th of December. The team was expected to be opportunistic when weighing potential trade options, but not aggressive in the market. And lastly, it says Detroit could decide still to take advantage of the Schroeder exception, considering that it expires in July. The exception will allow the Pistons to bring in $14.3 million in salary without having to move out matching salary in return. And what else does it say? Is that pretty much it? The Pistons currently have a full 15-man roster and would still need to waive a player in order to bring someone else in ahead of the deadline. In contrast, adding a player like Jackson would likely involve sending out multiple players while constricting the cap for the next several years, which is not what Trajan Langdon likes to do.
And I think also
playing. Let me finish this. Jackson is playing under a $35 million cap hit this season, and he's already signed for 3 more seasons with a player option. Yeah, $35 million. Come on, bro. Whether Jackson becomes available as a trade candidate for the Pistons to consider could hinge on what the Grizzlies ultimately decide to do with star point guard Ja Morant ahead of the deadline. So that's pretty much it, man. Boss, take off on that.
Yeah, that all makes sense. I just want to address this one real quick. The rush is that the East will not be this open next season. I don't care. I don't want a Mickey Mouse championship.
No.
I don't care. It's not going to be.
What are they going to?
Says who? Giannis could go down tomorrow. Brunson could go down tomorrow. Says who?
Do you want to deal with people having an asterisk by your championship, bro?
No. We've dealt with that.
There's always going to be he didn't play. Do you want that?
The 2004 Pistons. The 2004. Go watch it on NBA League Pass, guys. It's like game 1 or 2, or no, it's probably game 3 or 4 against the Lakers. And they're just like, well, Kobe Bryant has his legal drama, and Kobe and Shaq have drama, and Karl Malone's not playing. So that's why this Lakers team is really going down. It's like, hey, how about just saying that the Pistons are better? Like, there's always I don't want the Pistons already have enough excuses against them. I'd rather us beat a Tatum, which we can do.
Yes.
So I don't care. There is no rush for me. I don't want to win an easy championship. Exactly. I don't want to. We never have before.
Everybody talks about the bubble championship, and I know it's not the same thing, but I don't want any asterisks by our championship, because we, as Pistons fans, we'd be like, man, we would have won despite that. It don't matter who was or who wasn't. I don't want that hanging over our head. I want to beat the best.
Yes. And
once again, our window, he's setting it up to where we can win for years. It's not like it's just going to be one season. It's not like this is. Yes, it's not going to be like, oh, we got it when we could, and now we're not flexible cap wise for the next 7 years. Like, no, man, we're not here for that.
The 2019 Raptors, they blew it up, and they've been mid ever since. And I think just for me, and I get it, because I also don't know your guys' ages. Some of you might be young and have never experienced the Pistons good, or you experience your childhood was when they were good, and then it's coming down, and you're just ready. You're ready to experience it, and I get that. But I don't want no easy path. And that's what also I love about this team too, is like, we're not relying on Luka Doncic to score 50 points every 3 games to keep us up in the top 5. I think they're 6 right now. That's what I was yelling at Lakers fans last night at the Nuggets game. But they like the game that we're playing is so great. And if it can just take us farther. And if it doesn't go championship this year, we're not going to lose that identity. It's still going to be a problem in the league because there's only a handful of teams, and they're the top teams like OKC and Spurs that are playing like we're playing, in my opinion.
Yep. Yes. Bro, the narrative all year has been the East is weak.
Yeah.
All season long, this is a weak East. Halliburton is out. Tatum is out. Dame went back west. That's been the narrative all season long. Let's just say an Eastern Conference team other than Detroit wins this year, which is not going to happen. That would be the narrative. Well, if Hallie was there, Tatum was there, JB was already playing great. Like what would happen? Like that would be the narrative, bro. I'm not listen, if it happens, it happens. I'm just not going to mortgage our future or sacrifice some of our depth to do that.
No,
it's not a fair trade-off. We have a luxury right now of Cade Cunningham being able to have a bad game and we still win by double digits. You know why? Because of our depth.
Yeah.
That's why. So that's the luxury we have. I'm not trying to sacrifice anything that's going to hurt that at all. It just doesn't make sense. And I know you guys are worried about those guys coming back next year. Who's to say they come back and they're the guys we saw beforehand? We see J.I., how he was great, and now he's taking time to get back the next year. The same thing can happen with any of these guys. It's not a guarantee they're going to come back and be, oh, I'm ready to go. Like, you see what I'm saying? So it's just like there's no reason to rush. And all of our core is still getting better. Why are we doubting these guys getting better to where we can't beat these guys who got guys coming back?
Yeah.
Where's the confidence in our guys?
Yeah.
Are we that scared of Indiana? Are we that who's at the bottom of the East right now? Are we that scared of Boston?
Yeah.
These guys are going to keep getting better too.
Yeah.
So there's no rush. And we'll still have the flexibility throughout the whole process.
And I want to say
throughout the whole process. Go ahead.
We're younger than the Knicks and the Celtics.
Yes. Exactly.
So when their guys start to
when they start declining, the West, we're still going to be on the uptick. Yes.
The 2 top teams in the West are also young, and that's the West. But that's why they're going to control the West for a while. Honestly, the Nuggets are getting up there in age, but they're getting some youth development. But like we're taking it so like it's not going to be easy. The Celtics are going to want to get rid of their franchise. They're going to want to get rid of Brown and Tatum.
Right.
The Knicks are going to want to get rid of Brunson. So those guys are there. And now it's up to them to either, if they don't win it this year, then what are they going to do? Well, here, we're just like, if we don't win it this year, guess what? We're just getting better.
We better next year.
Yeah.
And we better. Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. PD says, point is being missed. The gameplay was this year to see what we have. We're number 1 in the East by a mile, and y'all not even impressed. Don't sell the shit before it leaves the dock. That's where I'm at.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at. See, the last time the Pistons were winning is, I remember, you remember, boss, they had 6 straight years of ECF. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying that's going to be replicated. It may or may not be, but it's being built the same way.
Yes.
It's being built the same way with flexibility, with guys who are all on the same timeline, and with the culture. And with it's just, I'm literally seeing a lot of the same things happen all over again as it was before. It's so similar. Absolutely. That's why I'm not tripping at all.
Yeah. I have to grab my charger real quick again. Sorry.
Do your thing. Do your thing. Yeah. So that's where I'm at, y'all. Like, I'm just, and listen, like, I understand wanting to get a chip, but it's just like things that last, things that maintain are not built overnight. You can't rush it. There's no guarantee, even if we do make a move, that is going to guarantee us a championship. We still got to beat the West. We may need a year just to get our feet wet in the finals. before we can actually win it. The same year we needed a year last year to get our feet wet in the playoffs before we win the round. It's all about progression. Like OKC, they went to the playoffs, then they went the next year, and then they got to the championship and won, right? It didn't, but they played a team who also hadn't been there, right? So you can't expect to go from not winning a playoff series to winning the championship because of a splash.
Yeah.
First of all, the splash has to make sense. Everything has to come together perfectly. When the Pistons won their last championship, they had lost in the first round, second round. Next year, they lost in the conference finals. Then they got to the championship and won. It was gradually.
Yeah.
Even with the Rasheed Wallace trade, by that point, we had already been to the conference finals without him.
Yeah.
So you can't expect you make a move and all of a sudden you're going to be there and you're going to win it.
Yeah. And
because the move may not fit the way you think it's going to fit anyway. Yeah. It's not a guarantee you're going to win just because you make a move. And if you do, and your flexibility is messed up and you didn't win, now what? Yeah. Now your window is that much smaller. Don't make sense.
And yeah, Jamoki just got us on a little bit of a rant there, but that's just kind of where I'm at. It's why I don't want to trade away the chips. I just don't like the I mean, a lot of us are on the same page too. I get the temptation, but don't fall for it. Cause like you said, nothing's guaranteed. Like what if we make a huge trade and God forbid, Cade goes down? Like I'm not like what happens?
Right.
Then it's like, well, this was pointless. And now we've lost our young guys that have cared, So that's just why, again, I think we are very lucky to have the GM that we do. My dogs are, they are put away. But yeah, I think we just are so lucky to have a GM that I really do think that they have their finger on the pulse of all of this as well. It's why he drafted Ron Holland in 5th when no one knew, but he saw it. Like Trajan, he's thinking ahead. He's thinking ahead. So.
Yep, agreed. So that's where I'm at. That's where we're at. We can all have our opinions on it. I understand both sides of it. I'm just kind of looking at what's happened before, and I know they're trying to replicate a lot of the things that happened before. Just the way they're approaching this team. I just
don't love the rush because it's easy. Because it could be like, again, stars go down, things happen. People get busted for gambling and can't sign 4-year contracts with us. So, you just don't know.
Yeah. Who knows, man? You never know what could happen. It could be a year. Oh, maybe we're a year. Who knows? If we are trying to get B's, maybe that's a year away. And maybe when we get him and then we've been to a second round playoff or Eastern Conference Finals, and then we go get B's, and then we got room to add another. Like at that, it's got to make sense timing wise. You can't just do it now because of other teams and what they're doing. You know what I mean? So if we're where we should be, I'm not worried about who's on the other side. Mm-hmm. I feel like we can beat anybody when it's done right and when we are starting to peak at the right time. So y'all get it, man. Allegedly, boss.
I shouldn't say busted. I should say accused. But yeah, I mean, even thinking about it, even the Cavs are old, or like they're young, not as young as us. Like, and they, you could have put money on them winning it all last year. I mean, even the Warriors guys didn't win in their record-breaking season.
Yep. And before that, even though they had won, before they won their first championship, they had bumped their head too. They lost to the Clippers in the playoffs, right? They lost to the San Antonio Spurs in the playoffs in back-to-back years before they got to the championship, right? And they had a deep team. They had, so they had a pretty boy green-eyed player on their team who was a star as well, right? So it just takes time for everybody. When you want to sustain it, you got to gradually get there, and then you can kind of hold there for a few years and then go from there. So we'll leave it there, boss. Go ahead. Anything else?
No, I'm glad that we're reading. Like I said, I'm excited for just some moves to be made in the NBA. It's kind of up in the air, I think. I think that there's obviously every year there's kind of stuff you don't expect to. Some teams that were expected to do really well are struggling, and so they might make a move. I'm very curious, but I do think, guys, that we will use the trade exception for either a player like that I mentioned, or I know there's more on the list, but those are the ones that I get excited about when I think about it. And also Trajan drafted Najee Marshall, by the way. But
he did. That's true.
But I think it's going to be that, or if we do get a pick, I expect that to be utilized in the offseason in a trade, possibly. Because again, like we built our team young, and we even picked good guys in the second round. So well, yeah, we'll see what happens. But I don't think it's going to be big. I think there are going to be big moves, though. I'm excited. I'm kind of just like waiting for the ball to drop. After Trae Young got traded, I was like, oh, here we go. The ball's rolling, and there's been nothing.
Nothing, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. John Morant doesn't even have a market right now. Like no team is interested in him right now, which is crazy. I get it, but it's crazy over there. All right, man. We'll leave it there, guys. Great discourse per usual. Love to hear from y'all. Y'all know y'all gonna hear from us. We'll leave it there, but but good conversations. We all want the same thing for this team, right? So we'll see how they decide to go about it, boss. But guys, as far as our look ahead to the next game, the Pistons are back at home for their next matchup. They are hosting the Houston Rockets, and the Pistons won their first matchup against the Rockets in Game 2 of the season. They beat them 115-111, and they will go for the season sweep on Friday, this coming Friday. And guys, that matchup is going to be streaming nationally on Amazon Prime. And since you guys last show requested that we go live during the game, we're going to do it. We're going to give it a shot, and we're going to see how that goes. But don't worry, we're still going to be doing our live post game after. It's going to be a long day for us. We're going to give it a shot.
A little bit of a break. It's like
we'll take a little break. Have a different show set up right after. But we're definitely going to do that during the game. Tip off is at 8:00 EST. So we're going to begin the live stream here on YouTube about 10 minutes prior to tip off. So make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel and have your notice turned on so you guys can be alerted when the show starts. Yes. But we are looking forward to doing that, boss, for sure. Thoughts on that before we get out of here?
Yeah. I'm just excited. I think it's going to be, we haven't even discussed it, but if anything, Deuce will be doing the play-by-play and I'll be doing the commentary.
I'm going to be counting that baby in the file all game long, hopefully. Hopefully, man.
Thunder dunk is what I'll do. But yes, I just want to answer this too real quick from Crud. Before y'all leave, who y'all got for the Super Bowl? So as you guys know, I live in Denver. Ooh. Everyone's popping off for the Broncos. It's going to be interesting, their backup QB. But I'm personally right now, I was rooting for the Jaguars because I got to see Travis Hunter and Shorter Sanders play at CU. But they're out. So I'm going for the Seahawks personally.
Okay.
I really like JSN and Sam Darnold has proven himself not just a fluke Vikings quarterback, but a legit quarterback. So I'm picking Seahawks to who I want to win. And I think they will beat the Rams, though. So I think it'll be a Seahawks. I can't tell you about Patriots Broncos. I have no idea.
I got Patch just because they got Stidham. Broncos have Stidham because Bo Nix is out.
Did you know that Stidham was ranked highest in the draft class?
Yeah, I know, but he hasn't played. It's tough to throw a guy in there this late in the season in the playoffs and just
true. But he does. At least he gets a week. It's not like he gets some preparation.
Yeah, we'll see.
I still have faith. They have veteran receivers. If RJ Harvey can hold on to the ball, I don't know. Maybe I'm just kind of living up with all my Denver people. They're like Broncos.
I get it. No, I ain't mad at you. If I was, you're in Denver, so yeah, for sure. And they're a good team. They're a really good team. Yeah. This may not be popular. I want to see the Rams win again. I'm a Matt Stafford man. I'm a Matt Stafford fan. Yeah. Y'all know that. I was one of those guys who was campaigning for him and defending him when the Lions weren't that good and everybody's blaming him. And as soon as he left and went to the Rams and won a chip, I was happy for him. I was like, see, I told y'all he wasn't the problem. Y'all he wasn't the problem. Like, that's why. And he never talked bad about the Lions. He never said a bad word after he left. He just went about his business. Won a chip. The year he won that chip, he beat Tom Brady, who was the champion, in order to beat him en route to the Super Bowl. He just showed he can be that dude when he has a proper team. And that's why I'm like, if he gets another one, he's punching his ticket to the Hall of Fame. And I think after what he had to endure here for a long time without a good team, without a running back, a great running back ever while he was here, I think he deserves that opportunity. So I want to see the Rams aren't they don't have the best team, I don't think. But if he can somehow pull that off, that would be incredible for me.
They do have really good teams. They're just all kind of injured. Matt Stafford's injured. Devontae Adams injured. For me, I'm not mad at it. I just want something new. And for me, the Rams Super Bowl is still fresh in my mind. I don't know why, but I just kind of want something new.
I ain't mad. D. Davis says, me too. Long-suffering Dolphins fan here. Anybody but the Patriots. I feel you on that, bro. I'm not a Patriots fan. I cannot stand the Patriots. But we'll leave it there. I definitely agree with you, Hosper, for sure. But Chris says Seahawks like you. As far as Seahawks Broncos. So that could be. All right, we'll see, guys. We'll see, man. Yeah, Team Matt for sure. Team Matt, let's go. Chris says it's going to be Denver, Seattle, and Seattle wins it all. Ooh, that would be interesting.
That's what I think too. I think Denver's
Seattle's good, man. They sneaky. Nobody's really paying attention to them, but their defense is ridiculous.
They talked about the altitude change too. How it can be difficult for some teams. just in terms of just throwing a football through the air is different. There's thinner.
Got you. Okay, it could play a part. We see it with the Nuggets all the time, right? So I ain't surprised. So we'll leave it there, guys. But we appreciate you guys showing up, man. It's gonna be a show for a wrap for this show tonight. We appreciate you guys showing up as you guys always do, showing the support always. Make sure y'all smash the like button and subscribe if you are new. And we hope you guys have a great night. And y'all know the drill, man. Detroit versus everybody. See y'all Friday.
All the dirty work, all dog. I'ma dive on the floor, go try to block every shot, and I'ma be physical with you the whole game. You know Stu gonna be physical with you. When you think of the Pistons, you think of just hard work and just gritty basketball. That's just the identity you gotta have when you put on that jersey.
I'm not your average breed of canine. Not a good dog, I'm bad boy for life. I set the tone, don't care about no tick. Let it be known, I get my respect. Come in the lane and see I don't bluff. If you retaliate, that's on ya. Talking hundreds, I hear you're ashamed. Talking that shop, you must want this way. Tryna tell ya, if the dog palm, mess around, find out, Tryna tell ya, if the dog palm, mess around, find out, For some barbecue sauce, boy, you better come for real, cause I'm like that. When you're real for some barbecue sauce, boy, you better come for real, cause I'm like that.